am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream.
All right, everybody. So we are going to talk about NXT today because NXT was fun. Okay. NXT was fun. I watched the show. I enjoyed it. I was definitely excited for Walter and Roderick Strong's match, but we just going to get into what I saw and try to keep this short and sweet. And then we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So we're not going to do this in any particular order. I don't have all of the clips from everything, or rather pictures from everything. I pulled what I could, so just bear with me. All right. Now, hello, Aaron. Hello, Rico. Hello, Aaliyah. Hello, King. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys had a good day. We're going to dive right into this, okay? Rico's a hot mess. He's a hot mess, but we love him for it. Anyways, all right, so let's dive into the Dusty Classic. Let's do that first. The teams were already decided. They earned their slots in the Dusty Classic, and the first round happened this week. You had MSK and Jacket Time going up against each other next week, and GYV versus Andre Chase and Bodie Hayward, I think that's how you say his name, are going to go up against each other next week. This week, we had Jensen and Briggs going up against the Creed brothers, which to my surprise was a decent match. It wasn't bad. It was good. The Creed brothers were solid as usual. They put on a good show and they won. They advanced in this particular match. Then you had Blade and Enafe versus Legado del Fantasma. Here's where things get a little bit murky, okay? So as I said before, Jensen and Briggs have lost, and the Creed brothers have advanced in the Dusty Classic, all right? But like I said, here's where the waters get a little bit murky. Now, most people had Enafe and, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, Malik Blade and Idris Enafe had them pretty much counted out, okay? Because the more well-known team, the more well-oiled machine is Legado del Fantasma. So if you were going to do this by who had the better chance of winning, you would most definitely give the edge to Legado del Fantasma, but they forgot one little tiny detail, and that was Braun Breaker. See, right before this, okay, right before we had this particular match, Miss Lola, aka Elektra Lopez, decided to stick her lips in the middle of something that didn't have nothing to do with her. Braun Breaker was having a conversation with Mackenzie, or Mackenzie was talking to her. Either way, this ended up being a confrontation between Santos Escobar and Braun Breaker. Some disrespect and some shade was thrown, and of course, they walked away, leading with Elektra Lopez's mouth, you know, which always tends to protrude and be a part of the conversation. Now, some of y'all was real ignorant with me on the internet today because y'all was mad because this is the picture I chose for Miss Elektra Lopez. They've been talking about this lady for the last week, okay? They've been hyping it up, talking about Elektra Lopez. It's her time now, okay? All she did was come out there and talk. She didn't do nothing. It's like, girl, you didn't give nothing. There was nothing to give. You're a great wrestler. I won't take that from her. She's very, very good. but she looked like Lola. She looked like Lola from Shark Tale. I couldn't figure out what she looked like, and my girl Kenny gave me the ooh. So shout out to Kenny. But Lola threw Santos Escobar the oop, and he went out there and was causing mischief with Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker had to stand there and take it. There really wasn't much he could do about it until Legado del Fantasma had their match with Anafe and Blade. Braun's pretty much took Santos Escobar out of there, carried him out of the arena. While Legado del Fantasma was distracted, Anafe and Blade advanced. They were able to get the roll up and advance. So Legado del Fantasma is out. They are out of the Dusty Classic tournament. It is going to be Blade and Anafe going up against the Creed brothers in the semifinals. But as I said, we still have a whole other side to this tournament. MSK still has to compete against Jacket Time, and GYV still has to compete against Andre Chase and Bodie Hayward. I don't see GYV not advancing in this, and quite frankly, they should win the whole Dusty Classic because they've been in it so many times. They've been shafted for championship after championship, and they've been shafted for this classic. They should win it. They also should be the ones to take the titles off of Imperium. That's just how I feel about it. Some people might not feel that way, but that's how I feel about it. I don't see Jacket Time beating MSK anytime soon, so I believe MSK is going to advance. If that's the case, MSK will go up against Anafe and Blade, and GYV will go up against the Creed brothers. The better match will more than likely be the Creed brothers and GYV, although I think Blade and Anafe and MSK would give a pretty good show. So while the matches seem to be slightly predictable, they threw a curveball with Blade and Anafe and Legado del Fantasma, so I thought that was a pretty cool curve. However, like I said, these matchups leading into the semifinals are a bit predictable, but I think that the quality of the matches will still be good, and you won't have too much trouble. Let me go into not Andre Chase and Frankenstein. I can't with you. Yulisa Leon is really talented. I was impressed with her match against Dakota. She could really be something big with some tweaks. Okay, I hadn't gotten to that yet, but I don't think I ever will. Grayson Waller was called out by LA Knight in the beginning of the show. LA Knight came out there, no fucks given, and was just like, hey, where that bitch nigga at? I'm sick of his shit. I'm tired of this. I need him to come out here now so we can get this together. And Grayson Waller, ever much as the coward, dry-lipped coward that he is, had a restraining order against LA Knight. And he had a little ace in the hole as well. He's a little crafty, dry-lipped bastard. But anyway, he didn't account for Dexter Lumis being there, and LA Knight had an ace in the hole as well. While anyway, while LA Knight couldn't touch Grayson Waller didn't have a restraining order against Dexter Lumis. So Dexter came out from the shadows, as he always does, and attacked Grayson. Grayson had two choices. It was either he take on Dexter Lumis or he goes up against LA Knight. And in order for him to do that, he had to lift his own restraining order. Well, he decided to go up against Dexter, but he also had an ace in the hole as well in the form of a big Middle Eastern looking man that came out there. And I don't know if he was the guy that got fired, or really got punished for leaking Keith Lee's stuff when he was a part of the team that Malcolm Bivens was originally supposed to be the manager for. Veer was his teammate. I don't know if that's the guy, but I will say that that's a big dude. Wherever this dude came from, that's a big motherfucker. Okay. Grayson Waller ultimately ended up winning the match against Dexter. While he did control most of the match, to be honest with you, he ended up beating Dexter because of this new insurance policy that he has, which I'm pretty sure next week we'll have to suffer through listening to Grayson Waller talking about this insurance policy that he has. So a little dry lip bitch is still gonna be around for quite some time for whatever reason. Okay. We also got to see Tony D'Angelo conduct a funeral for whatever fucking reason. I don't understand. Was so goddamn lost. How many caskets did he have?
Just one.
Just one?
Just one.
I was watching it with my husband on his phone because I was trying to get some things done on my game and he was playing his. So we was like, well, I got a phone screen. Let's play it on the phone. Watch it on the phone. I didn't get to see that part. I just heard him talking and I was just like, is he conducting a funeral? And I was like, yeah. And I'm like, with caskets and everything. And he said, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. Our no lip mayo man from the crust down under, Grayson Waller. It's a mess, honestly. He had this, and Carmelo and Trick came out there, and this also led to, well, Cameron came out there, and then Carmelo and Trick came out there, I guess. This led to a match being set up for next week. It's going to be Tony D'Angelo versus Cameron Grimes, and they are going to compete to be the number one contender to go up against Carmelo and his unified championships, which they've yet to address that in any way, shape, or form, which I'm kind of confused by that. I really wish they would address it. Either give him a title that is unified, of significant of both. It signifies the North American Championship and that Cruiserweight Championship, or make him carry one or the other. Retire one of the belts. Quite frankly, I think they should make a whole new belt. I'm all for you wasting some money for a new title. Sure. Absolutely. Do it. Do it now. Anyway, so that's what came of that. We had some other stuff that happened in between. Hold on a second, y'all. I'm gonna put y'all on a brief commercial, a brief one, like maybe 3 minutes, if that. Okay, a brief commercial. Hold, please.
Smooth for the rhyme. 5 years plus doing musical grind. Hip hop and beautiful grind. I compose unusual lines. I'll prove with a 9 out of 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me demonstrate. They need lift spot. This one elevates. They act stiff part. This one penetrates. Like heavyweight. Musical grind. Beautiful grind. Heavyweight. Usual 9. Like heavyweight. London, I wander my jeans and my conjurer. North, east, south, and west, I'm a wanderer. Think before I move, I'm a ponderer. Impose my will and I'm all, I'm a conqueror. War me, better off death for the opera. Couldn't see my steps with binoculars. Till I'm prosperous, no to react like phosphorus. I said these when I gas. Helium, drop that bar in a wheelie bin. Silly strap, but I'm not believing him. Silly trap, but I'm not believing him. If I was you, man, I wouldn't be seen with him. Embarrassing, if he talks, I'm slapping him, grabbing him, then kidnapping him. Now they only see him on the news like they vote, I delegate weight. Who wants to war with a region? Beat the beat on streets and leaves them way too sick for the water of streamers. Subway killer, pasta for dinner. Tweet, bear twits on my Twitter. Back in these black, calls on my river. Sweet MCs, we bounce that figure.
Okay. So let's finish out NXT and then we can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. We already talked about LA Knight. Okay. This computer is so annoying. Oh, please. He said, "Oh, how's the Sim family? Sim family? It's okay. I have another baby in my Sims family, so there's that." I have another Sim. I have another Sim baby. It's a girl this time. 3 boys and 1 girl. I already talked about Dusty Cook. Oh, okay. So there were some parts of NXT that they didn't have a graphic for, so I'm just gonna put the NXT logo back up, and we're just gonna talk about the things that they didn't have a graphic for. Cool. Hello, Morvich. How are you? All right. So Duke Hudson came back and attacked Dante Chen. Now Dante Chen had left due to an injury. He took some time off and he was telling his story. And in that time that he took off, his father also passed away. And that was very, very sad. So to Dante Chen, I am very sorry for your loss. I really like Dante Chen. I like the way he wrestles. I think he's very cool and he got a lot of swag. Like a lot. So I'm very excited to see what he can do. But he was attacked by Duke Hudson in his match. I mean, Duke Hudson hadn't been around since he got his haircut. I mean, he came back, for a little bit, but then when he got exposed with his hair cut, he pretty much fell off the face of the earth after that. He's now resurfaced and is going after Dante Chen. Sorry. I didn't combine their names together, child. Dante Chen. So we have Chen and Hudson going back and forth. They're starting their feud. There's another feud that has been going for quite some time, and it's Solo and Boa. Boa's been struggling with this inner demon that he has, and for whatever reason, he lets it come out when it comes out, or more specifically, it comes out when it wants to. Solo has been a thorn in his side. And so the last time that they fought, Boa put basically a fireball towards Solo and burned him, apparently. Solo showed everybody today the burns that he received from Boa. And this fight and this feud between these two have gotten so volatile that now they will also have a match next week. And what is it, babe? No DQ?
And no DQ, falls count anywhere.
No DQ and falls count anywhere, which is essentially damn near a street fight with no when it doesn't have to end in the ring. So that's why they made it falls count anywhere. It can pretty much end anywhere. So that's probably gonna be all over the place. Quite frankly, I probably will open the show with that. You know what I'm saying? Just to shake some shit up. We also had a match between what's her face? Ivy Nile and Kaylee Ray. Ivy Nile was able to get a roll-up victory over Kaylee Ray. I don't. Anyways, Ivy Nile was able to get the win over Kaylee Ray, and Kaylee Ray essentially got beat up for her troubles by Mandy Rose and her merry band of idiots. I'm surprised she ain't come out there in another different color bikini. But anyway, meanwhile, Indy and Persia was like, this is our chance. We coming out here to take these bitches out because they keep trying to destroy the whole fucking women's division and just run it. And then they want us to answer them. No. They finna answer to us. So they came out there and was just wrecking shit. All right. And again, another match was made for next week. 6-woman tag team match. Toxic Attraction versus Kaylee Ray, Indy, and Persia. So I am looking forward to it because we'll be able to see who is going to get the W and all this good stuff and how this is going to play out within the next couple of weeks leading up to the next pay-per-view for NXT, whether it be Great American Bash or an actual takeover. It's up to WWE. But I'm very curious as to how this is going to play out. Another little piece that has been happening in NXT, of course, is the ever so charismatically creepy Joe Gacy and his pinhead minion, what's his name, Harlan?
I don't know.
He's creepy. They should. He's creepy. Anyway, Joe Gacy and Harlan had attacked Odyssey Jones backstage. Now, Odyssey Jones was on crutches backstage. I don't know if he was injured or what, but you saw him talking to them, and then it cuts away and it goes back to them, and Odyssey is laid out, and Harlan has his crutch in his hand as if he had been attacking Odyssey this entire time. So while there is a new regime in NXT, old tricks die hard, apparently, and Joe Gacy is just a wolf in sheep's clothing, and he always has been. He is a creepy individual, and a lot of people love Gacy, and a lot of people hate him, but he is just creepy and extremely dangerous with someone as unhinged as Harlan on his side. He just freaks me out. And then we had Dakota Kai going up against Yulisa Leon. Now, for whatever reason, Dakota Kai is going and basically trying to break up everyone that is either a team or best friends. She is an agent of chaos for every single team that is in the NXT universe. Every team, male or female, has to worry about Dakota Kai causing any type of chaos in between them and putting a wedge in between their friendship or their team. Because she's bitter and upset that she no longer has that camaraderie, she wants everyone to be bitter and upset just like her. And we all know that misery loves company. With all that being said, Yulisa did put on a really good showing against Dakota Kai. Beautiful moveset, cleanly executed. She just was very good. I think with a little bit more tweaking, she could be great, as King did say earlier, before I can get to the match. She was attacked by Dakota Kai, as was her friend Valentina. So Valentina Faraz was also attacked by Dakota Kai. And they both were able to escape Dakota Kai's continued assault on both of them. Now, Yulisa suffered some mouth bleeding from that match, from being kicked in the face by Dakota. And Dakota, she was getting her ass whooped too. For the most part, NXT had fairly solid matches. There were rarely any botches, if any. And most of the stuff we saw was clean and effortlessly done. It was executed properly. I enjoyed all of the matches on NXT today. They really did great. But I will never say that they were better than Roderick Strong going up against Walter. That was a fucking good match. It was so good. Walter dominated, but Roderick got some shit in there, and Roderick was not backing down. And you know what? I ain't have a problem with that, because Roderick was like, I'm a man, goddammit. Oh, man. You don't scare me. I don't care how big you are and how hard you slap. Now, Malcolm almost got his little Bug's Life ass fucked up. That little grasshopper almost got his ass whooped. But then, after the match was over, Walter picked up a microphone, said what he said. And then Imperium came in there and started beating up old Roderick. And that's when the Creed brothers came down. And it was Diamond Mine versus Imperium. And I was like, oh, this ain't half bad right here. I kind of like this kind of mess. And the show go off with pure chaos in the ring. And that's how you do it. Okay? It was a very, very, very good match. I thoroughly enjoyed Walter and Roderick Strong going at it, and I probably will watch it again just so I can get the full effect of it. But it was a very good match between these two. So shout out to them, and shout out to NXT for putting on a good show. It was so good. It was so good. Sasha's here. Hello. Just got home from the hospital. I am now fully vaccinated. I got my second Pfizer dose last year in May and June, and finally my booster shot today. Well, congratulations. NXT has so many rivalries going on at once, and it's amazing that they're all pulling them off fluently, not to mention in 2 hours. Well, the point is, you don't have to have all of them go off at one time. Sometimes a good vignette will help you remind you of a person's feud, and then you can move on from there. You don't have to have people arguing and fighting all the time. Sometimes a little snippet to remind you that this feud is happening is all you need. And I think that's one thing that WWE forgets sometimes. Oh, and I forgot about one thing. So Raquel was talking to Mackenzie, and she was having her say so about not making excuses and blah, blah, blah. And then Cora came up, and Cora was like, hey, last year you were in the Classic with Dakota, but, give us a shot. We can be in the Classic together. Now, did she give her an answer?
I don't think so.
Because I had stopped looking, and I stopped listening.
It had cut in and buffered on me, so she said something, I didn't catch it.
If y'all know, you know. I don't know if she said anything about it, but it was offered, is what I'm saying. That fallaway slam with the bridge was everything. It was very, very good. I like her. I need to see more of her. How did Ivy do in her match? She hasn't done a match longer than 6 minutes, and this is the first time she hasn't won clean. I didn't watch Ivy's match because when she came out, I was using the facilities. All I saw was the end when Kaylee got rolled up and Ivy got the pin, and that's when Mandy and them was out there beating her down. So I didn't see the full match. How did she do? Did you watch it?
She was doing pretty decent. That's how she ended up getting the roll up, because if I remember correctly, Mandy had walked down there beforehand and was messing with Kaylee Ray.
Distraction.
Yeah, because they were going back and forth.
Okay. Oh my God, they gave the squash match a girlfriend. That's nice. I don't know what that means, but okay. The squash match girl, a friend. That's nice. Who's the squash match girl? You talking about Yulisa and Valentina? Because Valentina's decent in the ring, and Yulisa's very good. But the problem I had with them is their lack of character. It wasn't really their wrestling prowess. They wrestle better than Tiffany Stratton. I'd rather have them be out there than Tiffany Stratton. She is not ready. Raquel was like, no thanks, and Cora was like, I'll get her to change her mind. Okay. All right then. Well, y'all, I mean, that was pretty much it. That was the show. There wasn't really anything else to it. It was simple. It was effective. It wasn't really much going on, babies. Ivy's matches on 205 Live have been really good. Okay. Excuse me. I didn't mean to yawn and chill. I mean, okay, I don't have any issues with Ivy. I've just never seen her wrestle. So I can't really give any information about her matches because I haven't seen it. So Valentina Feroz is usually the girl they use for new debuts on TV, like Ivy's first match and a bunch of other people. Oh, that's why you call her a squash match girl. Okay. Because I was like, what do you mean? Did you talk about Saray's kind of new gimmick? I don't know what you're talking about. Did something happen with Saray today?
Maybe it did. I didn't see it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. If y'all know something I don't, then let me know. I saw the show, but I didn't get to see that specifically. Lash Legend is fighting on NXT today. I mean, on 205. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Let me read it like it is. Lash Legend is fighting on 205 this week, and she got new gear. Okay, the gear for me is more Rico's thing, unless it's really bad. I don't really care. I haven't seen Saray on television for a while. Yeah, she do be getting the Sonic rings beat out of her in NXT, but Valentina shows out on 205 Live. They dress Saray up like a stereotype animal schoolgirl. Animal, a stereotype animal. Let me go to Twitter and see what I can see, because you might be talking about an actual aesthetic that is in Japan that is actually a style for them. And I think that is what you're talking about, because they dress up. They have Harajuku girls over there. They have cottage core over there, and those girls wear that shit 24/7. So you might be talking about a certain aesthetic, and that could be a part of the way she actually dresses. So saying it like they dress her up is a little bit attacking towards WWE, when in actuality she might be wearing an actual style. Okay, so why is Andre 3000 trending on Twitter?
I don't know.
And Joe Budden.
Oh shit.
What is going on?
I don't know.
Okay, let me look up some stuff so I can see how Saray looks. Huh. Okay. She darkened her hair. I think she looks nice. I think she looks nice with darker hair. I don't see anything wrong with this. It's very Harry Potter-ish. It kind of reminds me of Sailor Moon. So it's anime. I won't say that it looks like a Sailor Moon gear, but they dress like that in Japan. That is an aesthetic for them. She had a vignette talking about how she went to Japan after she lost, found a necklace her grandma gave her, and she feels strong again. Oh, okay. And with the bangs and the two side ponytail and stuff. I think he meant anime. Well, I read what was typed, baby. They dress like that over in Japan, though. Unless she was offended by it, there's a lot of girls in Japan who dress like that. That is an aesthetic for them. So I don't. I'm assuming she looks like Sakura from Street Fighter. I don't know. She just has pigtails and bangs. I don't understand how that is dressing her up, because she got pigtails and bangs. You know what's funny? Is Bliss comes out there and she's got fucking Buzz Lightyear gear on. She's wearing, and her cosplays be better than Zelina Vega's. I'm gonna keep it real. But she's wearing Freddy Krueger inspired gear. She'll wear pigtails in her hair and bangs in front of her head. And she's wearing her character she had with Bray Wyatt. She wore mini buns, as they call it. And her hair was in two buns in her head. And no one shit on it until it didn't give what they thought it was supposed to give. Everybody was for it until Bray Wyatt left. When Bray Wyatt left, that's when niggas was not feeling it because they felt like they stole his gimmick and gave it to her. The reality is, Saray, if they changed Saray and was like, hey, you need to be more Americanized, Saray was doing just fine with her gear the way that she was. She didn't have to change. She very well could have had a manager to speak for her. And then if she could speak English clearly, she could continue to move forward. Asuka can't speak English that well. And Asuka didn't change at all going to the main roster. Really, Asuka was still the same girl. Now, they might have changed how aggressive she is in the ring and switched up her character a tiny bit, but for the most part, Asuka is widely accepted and she rarely speaks English as clear as everybody thinks she should. So I think the change was to just help Saray be able to get into the fold of the regime of NXT 2.0 and help her get acclimated in. Everybody has a character, everybody has a gimmick, everybody has something. And that was done to give her something. So she can have an easier ride in rather than leaving her by herself just as the warrior of the sun coming in. And while that's all great, well and good, she does need a gimmick. Asuka has a gimmick. She's the Empress of Tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? She gives you personality, the pageantry, the robes, everything. When she comes out there, that's everything. You feel what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be so quick to shit on it before you even get a chance to see it. And it's not always a gimmick because what I've seen girls dress like that in Japan. So it could be she's dressing in an aesthetic that she actually enjoys. If that's not the case, if I was her, I wouldn't do it. But we'll just have to wait and see. That's normal for Japanese females. You see what I mean? Like, it's not my culture to speak on, but I have seen it, and I have seen it many times over, and people do it. So I don't even know how to say it. It's rumors that WWE might be signing Rock. Okay, Rock was the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, and she dropped that title to Deonna Purrazzo on Impact. And Deonna Purrazzo is currently the AAA champion, and she is the Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Okay, good for her. I'm happy for her. If Rock is getting ready to get signed, that's cool too. I actually like Rock. I've seen her wrestle a couple times, so she's not bad. She's actually pretty decent. Other than that, we have nothing else to talk about in terms of NXT. We pretty much went over and did everything. So there you have it. Yes. I think they could have done some video packages of Saray explaining what the Warrior of the Sun means. Because her interest and gear embody that, but Asuka, Kyrie, and Io's gimmicks were all explained. Well, it's not like they don't have time, Rico. They haven't done that with Saray yet. They have time. I mean, didn't she say that they... Wait a minute. What did she say on Twitter? Because I just had it. Did you check and see what they were talking about?
I didn't see anything.
I just looked at the trends. Like,
I don't know why it didn't pop up on my damn trends.
okay, Big Sean is trending right now. Hold on, y'all. Andre 3000 is still trending. Oh, he was playing the flute.
That's an old tweet though.
From 5 hours ago?
I remember seeing that before.
Andre 3000 rhymed on sorry like bro wasn't even there. Oh, because T.I. told everybody that don't nobody want him on their albums because he out rap them.
3 Stacks did out rap you on your own shit. 3 Stacks went bananas on.
No, he said he out raps everybody else. None of the schools in Japan let kids wear casual clothing. They wear uniforms. And some of them style themselves in clothes similar to what they used to wear. It's common. Also, my nose bled and got blood on my white shirt. And I'm mad because it's always that shirt. Wow. I don't know if that shirt is just a bad omen, but it's the 5th time this month. 3 months. 5th time in 3 months that I've gotten blood on it. And I'm mad as hell. What is going on? I'm on Twitter looking it up now. Do you know how to get blood out, Rico? Cold water, if I recall, and soap. T.I. and his wife need to sit the fuck down. I don't understand what's going on, but somebody posted Andre 3000's sorry verse and was like, he bodied you on your own shit. That's why you ain't made no new music. T.I., no rapper has ever out-rapped me on the song Andre 3000. Do you know how crazy this is? Gonna beat the weekend when Andre 3000 said the South got something to say. Now Atlanta basically runs the scene. I don't like Gunna, so as far as I'm concerned, he can kick rocks. I can give less than 2 fucks about Gunna. I don't like the way he rap anyway. He kind of trash. I feel like anybody who's garbage can pretty much be a rapper now, and it's not cool. Joe Budden certainly wasn't holding back on his recent episode of his podcast. Joe Budden rips Eminem and Kendrick collab Love Game. Oh, it's a collaboration with Kendrick Lamar and Eminem. It says he'll never listen to Earl Sweatshirt's new album. Well, Joe Budden doesn't decide who does what on what album when it comes to hip hop. So I don't understand why people listen to Joe Budden. He could barely decide. Hold on, y'all. Honestly, Joe Budden is the last person I would talk to about music. The last person. But anyways, let's see what y'all talking about in these comments. I ran it under cold water, but now I gotta go and put on a whole new shirt. T.I. brought up a couple rappers that wasn't touching him on the mic. Oh, it was more than one. I know he brought up Drake and a bunch of other people, but Drake don't fucking count. So but once springtime rolls in, it's gonna be nothing but migraines. Like Rico, it's a lot going on with you. Like it's a lot, baby. It is a lot. According to Complex Magazine, Joe Budden has always been one to speak his mind, whether we want to hear it or not. And he certainly didn't hold back any on his new episode of the Joe Budden podcast. On episode 502, Budden covered everything from his thoughts on the weekend's Dawn FM to Earl Sweatshirt Sick. He also trashed Kendrick Lamar and Eminem's track Love Game, which he argued is high on the list of worst record ever made by 2 superstars. It was a mess. That's what happened with Hove. Who was on that record, Kingdom Come? Was it Beyonce or Usher? Of course, the conversation naturally progressed to 2013 Kendrick and M Cut, and it wasn't just out of a blue, bold statement, as Budden and his crew were initially debating Corday's From a Bird's Eye View, specifically M's new verse on Parables. I think Eminem, we know you can rap. He has been doing this shit. My beef is with people who keep letting him do this on their songs. Shut that shit off. but you're not chopping Eminem off, but you can rap for 3 minutes on my song. He's one of the rappers that you just never play around baddies. Okay. So basically what you're saying is don't give him that much time on your song. Is that it? Like if I call you and say you got 2 minutes and you take the whole 2 minutes, you should have told me I ain't had it but two. You should have told me I only had 1 minute. Like, why you mad? Like, you told me how long my verse could be. I just want a verse. All right, bet. Like, I don't need this whole verse. Like, we're gonna chop this shit up. Like, what you want me to do? He can rap for 5 minutes on Lil Wayne's song, but Wayne never putting it out without Wayne rapping for 6 minutes. That will never happen. Hey, rap all you want, because I'm going to do it too. Do it there. Do it with niggas that are putting out 12 or 16 bar songs. What was it with Nas's album that he did that shit? He goes off on every feature. Also in the episode, Budden touched on his thoughts on Earl Sweatshirt's new record, which he admits he never even listened to. The host brought up the argument that Earl doesn't appear on Tyler, the Creator's last few albums. Hold on, let me see what everybody's talking about in these comments. Hello. I didn't even know who this Joe dude was. I still don't know now. I still don't, but now I know what he looks like. Tell me about it. I don't know what was in my mother's jeans, but air pressure shouldn't be wrecking me like this. Hello, Joey Tillman. How are you? To continue the conversation, if you have questions about wrestling, you can definitely put them in the box and I will answer them. It's just a free form for right now because we already went over NXT. And then while the show was good, it's a 2-hour show. So there wasn't a lot to cover. We've already gone over Royal Rumble and all this other stuff. So there really isn't much to cover when it comes to wrestling as of right now. And since I don't watch AEW, I have nothing to say about that. So we're just going to leave the door open in the words of Silk Sonic. Y'all can ask all your questions and I will answer them. Until then, we're going to talk about Complex and Joe Budden's bullshit. He says Earl Sweatshirt, he's never listened to Earl Sweatshirt's new record, but to further double down on his argument, he brought up the fact that Earl doesn't appear on the Tyler Creator's last few albums. Is Earl on Tyler's last album? Is Earl on Tyler's album before that album? How about the one before that? All right. Yo, forget it. But you expect me to listen to it. His man won't call him to come to the fucking studio. Yo, when your man stop inviting you to the studio, you're not getting me to listen to what you're doing. Sorry, that's like a rule of thumb for me. Okay, well, if that's the case, then when's the last time you were on a Royce da 5'9" album? Who else is in Slaughterhouse or was in Slaughterhouse, Jerry? This is your field. Who else?
It was Joe, Royce da 5'9", Crooked Eye, who is now known as King Crooked, and Joel Ortiz. Yeah,
and when's the last time that Joe was on either of their albums?
Joe hasn't been on none of their albums because after Joe dropped Rage in the Machine, that's when he said he's retired from rap.
Oh, okay. But even when he dropped Rage in the Machine, he wasn't on any of their albums before that.
Not that I can think of, no, because Royce didn't drop his solo album, Book of Ryan, until a couple years after.
Yeah. I guess he was just pumping it up. What? Why are you laughing?
I see what you did there. But
what? It's the truth.
Yeah, they haven't.
He hasn't been on an album since before he stopped rapping.
Yeah.
Slaughterhouse had that album together, that compilation album. That was the last time I remember them rapping together with Joe. Yeah. But I know Joel Ortiz and King Crooked were doing stuff with Royce da 5'9" here and there.
Because they were still making their own stuff. And quiet as it kept, they were supposed to do another. Actually, they had another Slaughterhouse album ready to be put out. Joe fucked up the bag.
Wonder why that is. It could be that he's a crazy narcissistic drug addict who really has no sense of direction, and his only claim to life is the fact that he has a podcast that he gets to yell into the microphone on. And for whatever reason, people listen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be your conscience. Don't do it. It's a mistake. He's a horrible human being who's bitter, cruel, and he has no love in his heart for anything or anyone. Now he'll big up some people every now and then he likes to shit on people for fun, shits and giggles. But just a few years ago, Joe Budden was strung out on drugs, and everybody had to be sad. See, I ain't like everybody else. I go for the juggler. I'd be like, the only thing you can teach me how to do is snort coke. There's nothing you can tell me. You haven't even listened to the man's album and you shitting on it already. And then before this, when you was tearing Logic up for no fucking reason, you was calling him all types of pussies and everything else because he didn't want to listen to you constantly ripping into him for nothing. When Logic had decent music, Logic was a very good artist.
And Logic's whole thing, and Joe's beef with Logic was that he was upset because Logic will always rap about him being mixed.
He can rap about whatever he
I
wants.
said, okay, let Logic rap about him being mixed. Logic had his struggles that he had to go through about him being half black and half white. I said, but you have artists who majority of their content is drug-related content. You don't give them the same smoke you gave Logic about him always rapping about him being.
Well, okay. Well, Drake always rapping about some bitch leaving him,
I said,
or how many girls he done slept with, or how much money he got, how many planes he done rented, and how many times him and Lil Wayne been rolling, or how many times the Young Money crew done took over the game. So do Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne rap about having sex with the same bitches. He rap about how much money he got. He don't rap about nothing different. None of them do. So your point is flawed because everybody that you actually give praise to do the same thing. You just tell everybody you don't like the man.
My whole thing is this: make the music that works for you, and your day ones will buy regardless. You can rap about the same shit over again all as you want to, as long as you put a different spin on it, a different spin, put a different bow on it.
He got a song that I like that came out around the time he was on Love and Hip Hop. I just like the song because of the person singing on it. The actual music to the song works. It's a beautiful song. Him rapping on it is an afterthought for me. I just like the way the song flows. But that's about it. And then he's got Rage Against the Machine, which I'm pretty sure he didn't rage against nothing. I'm hard on him because he's difficult. And he's difficult on purpose because he thinks it adds to his charm and it makes him interesting. When in reality, it just makes him an asshole. It doesn't do anything for anyone. It simply makes him an asshole. He isn't anything nice. He isn't someone who you should listen to or revere. He's an asshole. I don't understand why his opinion is so valued. I'm very confused by that. And no one says anything. They're just like, oh, Joe Budden out here talking shit. And I'm like, he always does. Like, when doesn't he? That is a part of his aesthetic. He's like Wendy Williams without the wigs and the big ass titties. Not to bring the mood down, but the former Vogue editor Andre Leon Talley passed away today. Oh boy. I actually liked Andre Leon Talley. And I am very sorry that he is dead. He was the only Black person that I remember for years being in fashion and being that high up in the fashion world. I'm very saddened by that. So that's a little heartbreaking. Tears is here. Hi, Tirza. Okay. Speaking of Joe Budden, I used to date his cousin. I hate Tirza. I hate her so much.
She get on my damn nerves because she just be having shit in her back.
It be little.
It don't tell nobody.
It be at the right moments. It be little gems. She just drop a little tear, and then she gone. Yeah. I used to date him. You be like, what?
Can't be dropping shit like that and just leave the conversation.
Ma'am.
Just like crop dusting somebody and walking out the damn room.
You're like, come on, man. Like, Cause you always do that. It's always a little gem of information. It's just a little tiny tear. And it and it always come out right after we done had the combo, and she just come out of nowhere. I'm like, I'm gonna slap you with this microphone. Cause you do it all the time. I'm like, you could just be like, Tiff, I got a story to tell. I'm like, oh, okay, what's the story? No, tears away for the opening. And then she come in and she gut punched the shit out you. Like you just like, what? What do you mean? Good plug, Rico. I don't listen to Joe Budden. Instead, go listen to Down for the Count on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts. Well, you should, because the Wrestling While Black episode is up right now, and I think it's a good listen. And Don is on that episode as well. What? Why do you hate me? Because you always do that. I'm telling you, always. Hi, Notorious Mercedes. Tears of Talk Show, Teardrops with Tears and Lynn. Yes, I fucking love it. I produce it. You're like, and 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Teardrops with Tears and Lynn. I'm your host, Tearsa. We get ready to get into these stories, honey. She can make some money on YouTube telling stories. She really could. Tears will be flexing on it. No, she don't. Brain said she be flexing. Like that time she went on a date with Mario before he blew all the way up. Right? I was like, this bitch. Ma'am. Tears said his name is Michael. We dated in junior high school, which technically shouldn't even count. But I digress. We had a very short fling when I was in my mid-20s. She done met Janet Jackson and everything. She met Janet a couple times, but I've seen one of her encounters with Janet. It went viral on Twitter. I was like, Terry, you on Twitter crying? Did you know that?
Yeah, it was that episode of One of the Apart.
And Jerome was like, I remember that episode.
It was funny how everything comes back full circle, because I watched that episode with my grandmother, because there's a song on the countdown that particular time that my grandmother liked. I can't remember the song to save my life at the moment, but she was like, "Oh, you watched One of the Parks? Did they play a song yet?" No, the show just started. Granted, you got time. So we sat down, we watching it. All of a sudden, young lady going on stage and said, "Okay, Janet Jackson up there. Why that girl crying?" I said, "I don't know, Granny. She's a real big fan. She excited. I don't know what she crying for." Then fast forward years, 15-something years later, you talking to her on Instagram, the video going, I'm like, oh shit, I watched that episode.
Tearsa. I know Tearsa. He said, babe, Tearsa on the internet crying. I said, what? What are you talking about? He was like, go to Twitter. She on Twitter crying. Try it. You gonna have to give me more than that. Who done made her cry? What is going on? He like, she was talking to Janet and she was crying. She couldn't even get it out. She just started crying. I'm like, send me the clip. Just send me the clip.
Her little Janet t-shirt with her sway in the morning little hat and everything.
Not the sway in the morning. You had to do this. Jared. Now the opening script will be welcome back to Teardrops with Tears and Lynn. I'm your host, Tearsa, and let's get into the juice. Let's chat, giggle, gag, and shed some more tears. Sip tea, roll the clips. Oh yes, she remembered Tearsa. Every time she sees her, she remembers her and she knows her name. She does. Tearsa, I want a documentary of your life because it's so interesting. I think it will work. I think Tearsa, if Tearsa write it out and do a memoir of her life, she could be a New York Times bestseller. It just got to be written right. You know, all the intrigue. Now, the stuff that's personal, your personal life, you ain't got to put all that in there. But you know, the juicy stuff you don't mind sharing, you should. I do it. Make me some fucking coins. Shit. me some money. Okay, I ain't lived this life for free. You gonna give me something. She said, I've met Janet so many times. She knows me by name. I hope to get her meet her one day. Gosh dang. Yeah, Tears will be out there, girl. Hold on. By name. Yes, she know her by name, sir. Teresa, did you see Janet's latest picture on her Instagram page? Sis is glowing. Teresa said, damn, Jared, I wore that hat because it was February and freezing cold outside. And I have been standing on that 106 in Park line for 16 hours. You ain't have to do her like that.
No, that's what makes me remember the video is because of her hat.
Her hat is what makes her stand out.
That's what makes her stand. That's what stood out. The shirt, but what really made her stand out was the hat.
Well, there wasn't anything else that I could tell for the video because it's an old video.
Yeah,
but I remember when the camera closed up on her face.
Yeah, because they talking.
And I was like,
and I'm like,
that's
oh shit, that's Tirza.
when she went to MSG to go to SmackDown, I was like, Jared, we gotta find her because she said she's sitting there close to the front. Child, I found her. I was like, oh, there she is. I got her right there. You on camera. You on camera now.
You on candy camera now.
You on candy camera. Not a whole chapter. Y'all ignorant. He said the threesome story better have a whole chapter dedicated to it.
Oh shit, that's a movie by itself.
It is. It really is, Tears. It really is. It really is. My phone dying? Oh no, I'm at 96%. All right. So she said that was 2008. I was 22 years old. And if you notice, I was wearing skater sneakers and a belt chain. I was into the skater boy look then. I kind of dug that look back then. But see, I was chubby and they ain't had that. So I had to dress like I was selling dope on the street. It was all, well, we called it a Nietzsche, but they say it's NYCE.
It was NYC. It literally was NYC.
Like, that's saying Nietzsche. That's anyway, it was all Sean John, NYC, and what was it? We used to wear lugs, Lot 29. What else did I used to wear?
That's all I wore in 2008 was Lot 29.
Oh, I love Lot 29 though. That shit was fire, and I was so mad when Disney shut them down and was like, y'all can't use the Looney Tunes character on y'all clothes.
That's all I wore back in 2008. By saying
that shit was dope.
Like Bugs Bunny, Marvin, Marshall, Sylvester, like you did not see me without something being Lot 29, whether it was my pants, my shirt, something.
Yeah. I would be so good at coming up with shows and segments for WWE. I come up with some bomb names for them little talk shows. When I'm really a fan of someone and they've touched and inspired my life in some way, I'll make it my mission to meet them. That's cool. Tears' life could literally be so much entertainment. The possibilities are endless. What's up to Tears that want to share her life? There are some things you just want to be able to keep to yourself. Others you share. But if that's what she wants to do, I support her. She just need to find a good writer that would write it so that it would have the highs and the lows that it would need. And then she can prop it up. She can be a one-book author. She ain't got to have a series of books. But if I was her, I just do the stuff I know gonna sell, the salacious shit, and do it in chapters. Like do it like not John Gerson, but that one boy that Gerard be reading. I don't know his name. What's that dude's name that write them books?
Talk about
The Dresden Files.
Jim Butcher.
Okay, Jim Butcher write his books where there are like whole books within a book. So his book might be 30 pages. And he'll have like 50 books in one actual full ass book. I'm like, Jared, what chapter you on? He's like, well, I'm in book 7. You'd be like, wait, what?
That was that particular set. Like those, I'm serious. They're individual books within that story arc. It's just that one I had was a compilation where it was 4 books in one.
But you had 3 books like that.
Yeah, because that was the first, I think, 8 of those books in the series. 8 or 9, because I think the first book had the first 4, the second one had another 3, and then the third book had another 3, all wrapped in one book.
I just wish I was able to meet Michael Jackson. I beat myself up about that every day. Oh. I can't help you with that one, babe. Well, I wouldn't beat myself up about it. You need a good writer, Tirza? Pulls up Word document on my laptop. I can't with Rico. I want to write a book one day. I've always wanted to. My life has been pretty interesting. I 100% agree. Find a good writer. You're in New York City. You can't be no better place to be in to find a good writer. I mean, if you want to write it yourself, you very well could. But I would highly recommend you have someone there to help. Who is this fire ass dude? Who is this? I ain't never seen this dude before in my life. Oh my God. Bitch. Making and shit. Anyway. Let me get to some of these questions or comments. I want to write a book one day. I've always wanted to. My life is pretty interesting. If I think about it long enough, it'll make me cry. Oh, Tirza, don't cry. It wasn't your fault. I mean, it was just circumstances, you know? I mean, I'm pretty sure you tried. I know you tried. Since we're on the topic of books, when are you going to come out with a cookbook? Honestly, recipes have never really been my thing. I cook by feeling. I don't cook by recipes. Occasionally I can create a recipe and someone can follow it. Like my friend, my friend wanted my lasagna recipe because I had posted my lasagna on my Facebook, and she was like, Tiff, I need your lasagna recipe. So I told her, I was like, the way I make my lasagna, because I make it in such large batches, it literally is $100 for everything that I need to make lasagna with. And she was like, oh, is it worth it? I'm like, yes, it is. So I gave her the recipe. She tried it and she called me and she was like, it was bomb. She was like, I will gladly spend that much on some lasagna ingredients again. But I don't want to come out with a cookbook because I'd rather just show you how to do it and you go and get it. But there are some things I'm getting ready to start doing. On Mondays, I'm probably going to be working because I have to start making the cakes for my client every week to help fulfill orders and stuff like that. So I'm probably going to be working on Mondays. I won't be able to do it then, but I don't film videos like everybody else do. Everybody films content for they'll cook and film for Instagram, Twitter, TikTok and shit. I don't do that. It's a waste of food. It's a waste of time. When I cook is when I film. If I cook once a week, you will get a video once a week. If I cook 2 or 3 times a week. You may get a video 2 or 3 times a week. It truly depends on how often that I cook. And because I don't cook often, I don't have a lot of content. So that's just the way that it is. I'm not going to waste food in my house to cook for a video that's going to last a few seconds online, and that food is going to go to waste in the house. I ain't about that life. So as far as that goes, I will not do that. I'm going to start cooking like maybe 2 or 3 times a week. My dad usually cooks on Wednesdays, and I usually cook on Sundays and Fridays. Sometimes Saturdays I cook. So when I do cook, I will film. If it's something different to show, I will most definitely do it. I do have a couple ideas of some things I want to do, and I have some videos that I want to post up, but I have to have the money to do it, 1, and 2, me and AJ have to do it because I want to do some grocery store crawls and kind of show people how to go grocery shopping, but also how to get the most bang for your buck when you're a college student, and how to kind of have like a kit for yourself so that you can pretty much cook anything, anywhere, where you can get cheap stuff from, whether it be from Amazon or from Walmart or from Bed Bath & Beyond, stuff you need, for your college dorm, stuff like that. So I'm coming up with ideas. Once I get the ideas worked out, I will start filming them and posting them on Instagram, and y'all will be able to do it. And I'll make stuff in between. Like I already promised, I think it was Khalil that I promised, or was it Rike? I'm not sure. I promised one of them that I would do the sweet potato pie, and they asked me to do something else, but instead of making like full on sweet potato pies, I'll do hand pies. And I'm gonna do they asked me to do something else, and I can't remember what it is. I have to go back in my stuff and look. Oh, the red velvet cake. And it was Tariq. Tariq did it. Okay. So anyways, let's go back to the comments. I would like to write a book about living with Crohn's disease as a young adult. I think that's a very good idea. A lot of people don't have a really good idea of what Crohn's disease is, myself included. So writing about that would be kind of cool. And you can give your perspective of it and really inform some people. I feel like my life isn't interesting enough to tell it. I know I'm still young and got a lot of living to do, but yeah, you are very young and you do have a lot of living to do. But I wouldn't feel like my life isn't that interesting to tell. Some things for you may not be interesting, but for others, they may be interesting. I would love to do a documentary or write a book about a lot of people's lives, to be honest. Like my sister, my sisters, my brothers, the material. But here's the thing. I'm not that cruel to the point where I would profit off of my siblings like that. Like, I don't think I could do that. But if they make me mad enough, yep. Yep, surely would. Like, all that shit bare and collect the coins. And I send them a little check. if they piss me off. Like, I have so many chapters. Malcolm would be about 2 or 3 chapters alone. Child. I met Janet again shortly after Michael died when she was promoting her book. And as soon as I saw her, I started crying because she looks just like him. Tears. I can't wait either. But her documentary is 2 parts. And the part comes on the same time as the Royal Rumble. And I'm like, the fuck. Okay, so put the Rumble on your phone and put the documentary on your TV and watch them both simultaneously. You don't need the sound to watch the Rumble. Like, for reals. Y'all been telling me I should write a book about my fam. Just change the names. Yes, they don't care. Anyways, we got still a couple stuff in the works. Hopefully. So Janet's documentary is coming out soon, but it's coming out on the same day as the Rumble. Yeah, I can watch her documentary on my tablet and the Rumble on my TV. I'm telling you, you don't need the sound to watch the Rumble. I know it's a part of the experience, but like, turn the sound on when you need to turn it on and listen to Janet's documentary. Who got a name change on NXT? I don't know what people are talking about. Can somebody help me fill in? It's 2 parts. Part 1 is Friday and part 2 is Saturday. All right. Tiff, how was your day today? Long. It was long. The one time I pissed at WWE pay-per-view was on the Saturday. Girl, a lot of people mad about that, to be honest with you. They be complaining, honey. They're like, I don't like that. It cut into my time going out. They might replay it, though. If it's on Lifetime, they may play it back. I know you want to watch it right when it come on, but just in case, like, they may, like, double back and play it again. And you can always rewatch it in its entirety. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's on Lifetime. They might double play it. They might play it again and let people. Oh, it's on A&E too. I missed the channel Bio. Y'all remember Biography? Biography used to just play all their documentaries and shit. You watch some real good stuff on Biography, but A&E absorbed Biography and all them other channels. Are you gonna DVR it? Okay. Since I'm still young, I would love to write a book about forcing to grow up fast mentally as a kid in a world of crazy, which would be told from the thoughts of a child. I mean, that's your truth. Nobody's gonna tell you can't tell your truth. But I'll tell you this. That is a story that's being told many times over. It shouldn't discourage you from telling it because you're gonna tell it in your own way. But you're not alone, is what I'm telling you. A lot of people have experienced that. Myself included. I love Biography. And also, I love that show, Intimate Portraits, that used to come on Lifetime. I haven't seen Intimate Portraits. I'm going to write a Dynasty style drama book on my fam. Well, you got the keys to the kingdom, Rico. You know all of the secrets. I put all that shit out there, baby. I made me some coin. You gonna put me through all this traumatic shit? Oh, bitch. I'm finna set it off up in here. Finna tear up everything. I tear up. They mad at me because I called Electra Lopez Lola from Shark Tale. They upset, honey. Child, they mad. I don't know why y'all so mad at me. I really don't. Like, they gonna call me like, did you base any of the characters off us? And I'm gonna say no. I was just using inspo from a show. Hell no. It was like an true Hollywood story type show, but they only chronicled women in entertainment. Ooh, I wonder if that's up on a streaming service somewhere. I'm gonna have to look at that. I'm gonna have to look for that because I watched that. Ooh, I just gotta watch that Von Dutch documentary. Nicole said that shit was crazy. I gotta watch that. I'll turn on my Hulu. Watch that. My sister is writing a book about her life, and I almost cried. Well, why? Did it bring up bad memories or something? I still chuckle when Don says, "Yes, niece." I can't. Where is Don anyway? He usually be in here terrorizing me. What is he doing? Von Dutch, the designer. Yes, tear us up. One of them murdered somebody. One of them killed somebody. And they got a whole documentary about it. But one of them killed somebody. Just a second anyway. Yes, ma'am. Girl, it's a whole lot of. Any movie or show documentaries that are crazy. There's a documentary on HBO Max, and it's about. Hold on. I like watching documentaries that are like about cults and shit because I be needing to know what the hell is going on. Okay, I be needing to know. So if you haven't watched the Scientology documentary, you definitely should. That is a documentary you should watch with Leah Remini. That used to come on A&E. I watched that faithfully every single week. I watched it when it came out. I was not playing. Okay. I was there. Bills in with house. All right. But hold on. Because it's a couple documentaries that you should watch. The way Don roasted the fuck out of my stepdad's photo in the chat. I can't. Not yes, niece. When she kind of said that shit, I fell out. Child. He said, "This the man that was drilling you?" Yes, honey. She said, "Murder somebody." The fuck? Yes, girl. Yes. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up that documentary too. Hold on. She had a hard life growing up. Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Hold on. On Dutch documentary. Yep. Somebody killed somebody. For sure, for sure. All right. So here's the deal. The person who was behind Von Dutch, his name is Kenny Howard, one of them, and he is racist and anti-Semitic, and he also has been accused of money laundering and murder. It is messy, 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 messy. And I need to watch that damn documentary. I can't believe I haven't watched it. It was like murdered who? Like murder. And them talking shit about my sister's husband, facial hair, child. You know the fam don't play that shit. They don't like that. You know they don't like it. You know Don to tear somebody up. Okay. He don't play that. He do not play that. All right. So the documentary on HBO Max, that's more about, if you don't got Max, man, I understand, but it's on HBO Max, and it's a bunch of documentaries on there that I really want to watch that I haven't, but I'm going to. It's called The Way Down: God, Greed, and the Cult of Gwen Shamblin, and it's about this preacher lady who had this weight loss based Christian church. It's fucking crazy. This lady's name was Gwen Shamblin, and her greatest claim to fame was her weight loss remedy for Christians. And it was real big. It was all over the news in the 90s. It was all over those talk shows. She had books. She had workshops and everything that you could pay for, and it was supposed to help you lose weight, and for a lot of people it worked. The books that she had was Way Down, and those was like that was at her peak. It was the Way Down books that people was buying so that they could lose weight. It's so messy, but this lady ended up creating this church cult. And child, it was a mess. But I did say he looked like the dad from the Wild Thornberries. Well, yeah. She was separated from our sister, and they didn't see each other until we were older. Oh, I'm sorry. My mom be having me watch the serial killer documentaries. Them be good documentaries. No, not the Wild Thornberries. Imagine a documentary on Jared Leto cult. I did not know nothing about Jared Leto and his little cult, but Jared Leto is a weird individual. He's a very weird individual. So him having a cult doesn't surprise me. There's another documentary on here called Heaven's Gate that I'm definitely gonna watch. It's about the Heaven's Gate cult and how the leader of this cult had all them people kill themselves. They committed that they killed themselves all at once, and they went in the place and found all them dead bodies in there. They got a documentary on here called Fake Famous. I Love You Now Die. Child, when I tell you these documentaries will get you together. There's a documentary on Netflix. What is that documentary called? It's about all of the tyrants that have had. Oh shit! I was watching it and I don't think I finished it. Oh no, that's not my password. Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, okay. Hold on a second, y'all.
Smooth with a rhyme. 5 years plus doing musical grind. Hip hop and beautiful grind. I compose unusual lines. I'll fuck with a 9 like 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me demonstrate. They need lift spot. This one elevates the active part. This one penetrates. Like heavyweight. Musical grind. Beautiful grind. Heavyweight. Usual 9. Like heavyweight. London, I wander my jeans. I'm a conjurer. North, east, south, and west. I'm a wanderer. Think before I move, I'm a ponderer. Impose my will on them all. I'm a conqueror. War me. Better off death for the opera. Couldn't see my steps with binoculars. Till I'm prosperous. No to react like phosphorus. I said, these men are gas. Helium. Drop that bar on a wheelie bin. Silly strap, but I'm not believing him. Silly trap, but I'm not believing him. If I was you, man, I wouldn't be seen with him. Embarrassing. If he talks, I'm slapping him, grabbing him, then kidnapping him. Now they only say him on the news like they vote, I delegate weight. Who wants to war with the region? Beat the beat on streets and leaves them. Way too sick for the water and streamers. Subway killer. Pasta for dinner. Tweet, bear twit to my Twitter. Back in these black. Calls to my river. Sweet MCs, we pass and I stick up.
Oh, damn, nigga, their ass whooped. Ooh, child. Okay. Ugh. All right, y'all. Sorry. Oh, goodness. Hold, please. 5 seconds.
Smooth with a rhyme. 5 years plus doing musical grind. Hip hop and beautiful grind. I compose unusual lines. I'll fuck with a 9 like 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me demonstrate. They need lift spot. This one elevates the act stiff part. This one penetrates. Like heavyweight. Musical grind. Beautiful grind. Heavyweight. Usual 9. Like heavyweight. London, I wander my jeans. I'm a conjurer. North, east, south, and west. I'm a wanderer. Think before I move, I'm a ponderer. Impose my will on them all. I'm a conqueror. War me. Better off death for the opera. Couldn't see my steps with
I just read Rico's comment. So she do look like Moaning Myrtle. The glasses look like Moaning Myrtle. I thought about Harry Potter when I saw her. But I mean, whatever. Wendy Chu sitting in the ring sleep. I don't care. I mean, I do like the fact that with the Japanese and Chinese wrestlers, I love the fact that they're using their culture to create characters for them. And they're not making a mockery of it, but they are utilizing their culture to make characters for them, which I truly do enjoy because it's different, you know? It's different. that was always crying in the bathroom. Yes, Moaning Myrtle. And the photo they use of her smiling makes her look like she bites. Like she has a nice smile, but the combo and the dark hair and the glasses reminds me of that one bitch from the Horton Here's a Who movie. Oh my God. You're terrible. Anyway, there's a documentary on Netflix right now. It's called The Puppet Master, and it's about a con man that has been conning for years, and they were talking about how they were hunting him and trying to take him out. Hold on a second. Let me pull up the documentaries. The ones that were on my list that I actually watched. There's one called Catching Killers, where it's actually like an anthology. It has various episodes in it. Sons of Sam has anthology episode. Well, Sons of Sam is about the Son of Sam killer, and it's about his copycat killers. Fear City, good one. The Night Stalker documentary, I Am a Killer. What's the other one? There's one that The Evil Next Door, The Keepers, the Jeffrey Epstein Filthy Rich documentary is definitely something that you should watch. If you have never watched it, you have to watch it. You have to watch it. Ted Bundy's tapes. I will only watch the Ted Bundy tapes if you can stand listening to him talk. If you can't stand listening to him talk, then watching the Ted Bundy tapes ain't gonna do you no good. The Ripper. I watched the Ripper documentary, the Unabomber documentary, Inside the Criminal Mind is also an anthology that gives you a breakdown of various criminals within the U.S. and outside the U.S., but more specifically in the U.S. Don't Fuck with Cats was a good documentary, but it was a little odd. I'll just say it was just a little bit strange. There's another one that I watched that I really liked. The Bob Ross documentary is good. People should watch that. Hotel Cecil is insane. Abducted in Plain Sight is another one that's crazy. I'm still pulling it up, so hold, please, if I'm not looking at y'all comments. The Dirty Money documentary is pretty good. The Centoya Brown story is something you should watch as a documentary. What is another one? I cannot find it. The Amanda Knox story is a good one. Trial by Media. Oh my God, it's so much. It's so much going on. I also like watching the nature documentaries. I truly enjoy watching those nature documentaries. They're very, very good. Who Killed Malcolm X is a good story. Or a good documentary to watch. The 72 Deadliest Animals is a good one to watch. The Business of Drugs. Oh gosh. It's so many up here. Let me go back to the comments and see what y'all saying in the comments. But her gear is so pretty. They showed her folding her robes into her locker and it was all sparkly and shit. Although I like her high-waisted gear. Tiff, have you seen the Sam Little documentary yet? No, I don't. No, I haven't watched it. But y'all know I love me some good sparkles. Also, why did Dakota cut a bunch of mops and turn them into a jacket? I guess that was her way of kind of like ripping off a Harley Quinn's jacket. But her dry ass wig is getting on my nerves. So I just don't pay attention to it. Project Power is a good show to watch. It's really good actually. It's a couple things that I have watched that I can't for whatever reason. The Great Hack is a very good docuseries to watch because it involves all of us currently. The Great Hack is a good docuseries to watch. I think you should also watch Skin. That's a good docuseries to watch. What is the one that I was watching? Oh, How to Become a Tyrant. That is one of my favorite ones that they came out with. I love this documentary. It was well put together. I love the way that they did it. And I wish they had more episodes, but they don't. I watched every single episode. I think I didn't watch the Create Society and Rule Forever episode, but it's broken down into parts and it just tells you about how all the tyrants in the world were able to control their regimes until their downfall. If you're interested in watching that, you most definitely should because it's very good. I'm a big history type of girl. I like learning about government and history, and that's just something that I have always enjoyed. So for me, it was like highlighting my day to learn something like that, or to just read about it and like listen to it at the same time, and I could go and look it up and go even further. But I was always interested in how most tyrants were able to come into power, and they're essentially they're just very charismatic people who are broken, but they're able to control the masses with fear and with the it's controlling with fear, but also leaving enough room open for people to believe that they love them and that they will, provide for them and protect them. It's very, very odd how they're able to control things. Donald Trump is a very good example of that. And she took the scraps from those mops and put it on her head. Ooh, shady boots. That wig and them knee pads stay bothering me because they don't ever be over her knees. Is she the one you be so upset about because her knee pads don't never be over her knees? That wig is giving very scarecrow. It's just real dry. I just wish it wasn't so dry. Donnie's here. Hi, Don. Like every match she's in them knee pads, she let them knee pads slip down to her ankles, and she just got them bony knees exposed to the world like that. Well, she's naturally a small woman, so she can't help that her knees bony, baby. She can't help that. Don, I'm updating Vincent's entrance to fix her DCW theme. I saw Dakota streaming on her Twitch again. Okay, that's cool. She can because she's in NXT, so they don't have any issues with that. No, Char's the one who need knee pads. Char's the one whose knee pads are never over her knees. I never even noticed that. I didn't think Charlotte wore knee pads. Dakota start at her knees and just shimmy on down. He said shimmy on down. Okay, what's some other stuff you could watch? If you want to watch something that's like, fun but like little kitty, a good show or a good movie to watch is this Netflix exclusive called The Willoughbys. It's such a cute movie. I love this movie so much. I watched it once and I fell in love with it. My nephews maybe watch it. I would have watched it by myself anyway because I do like watching animation films. But it's so cute. And I think you would really like it if you like watching animation movies. Ooh, another documentary I watched is called The Monsters Inside. Oh my god. Creepy as hell, but I watched it. Oh, she do. And they also bug me. I didn't know. Between Amari and Dakota here, I'm gonna lose my mind. I think y'all gonna have to give Amari a minute. Like maybe them checks ain't good enough. I don't know. Rico feels as if knee pads are mandatory. I don't know. I've never seen. I don't remember Charlotte wearing knee pads, and I don't care if they wear knee pads. Honestly, knee pads don't look great on everybody. And usually, Charlotte wear the same kind of boots her father used to wear. Um, I don't really see her wear knee pads that often. It's not a requirement for me. Is the best way to put it. Hmm. I always thought her boots just came up. Well, she do wear knee pads. Sometimes she'll expose her knee, when she's trying to go all in, but I've never seen her wear knee pads before.
Oh man.
I notice it all the time. I've just given up on being annoyed by Charlotte's calf pads. Mm. I mean, I don't. Well, if they're below her knees, I don't think they're knee pads.
They're like right on her knees, but they always tend to fall below.
Okay.
Damn it, I
She
forgot
wear
the
them like
controller.
shin guards in soccer. Well, maybe they are shin guards. Can I have some tea from upstairs, please?
Doc,
Yes,
That's what
done.
I came up here for.
recognize the WWE characters.
The call. Becky also needs to get her boots together because they be in danger of coming off way too frequently. She
Child, at
don't
this
wear
point,
boots. Monday she wore what she always wore, which was them shoes, and then she had covers like them. It's like she wear long socks almost.
boring.
But I've never seen
Boring,
her
she
wear
do.
that black gear she had on with the cutout shoulders. I've never
She
seen
wore
that.
that day one. She wore
Oh
that day one.
damn, Jared. Okay. Can I have my pretzels back? She wore that day one.
Yeah.
Did I pay
That's the only
attention
time
that
she
day
wore
one?
it. No, you wasn't watching. You
I
didn't
want.
care.
I did not pay attention. I'm not sorry either.
Oh yeah, I barely recognized that it was on anyway.
Hold on, y'all. My clothes came in the
I gotta
mail.
get up.
Here, man, take that.
Is that my best
Anyway,
thing to
y'all.
text?
Ain't no steam in this. Ha! Found it. It is a steam. It's right here. I told him it was a steam.
That is for
Because this was like triple stitched and I busted it. You know how skinny it
okay,
is?
you better do this thing.
I
I
need to
gotta go and
open
do some editing of my own.
it.
Change some girls around.
Yes, you have. In the Venom gear, she was wearing knee pads and they fell down so quick. Oh, shit, my Tim's thing playing. They fell down so quick that there was no point in wearing them. Oh, well, I'll be paying attention to her knees and shit. Just
Tiffany just
saying.
looks for the overall aesthetic.
I do.
She
He's
don't look for the
100% right.
details.
I don't really focus on one thing unless it gets on my nerves. I don't never notice Charlotte Knee pads. Because to me, Charlotte gear overall is fine.
And her knee pads normally always fall halfway through the match anyway.
I don't never notice that. I don't ever be looking at her
Well,
knees, quite frankly.
I make sure my knee pads is two sizes too small,
Okay, you ain't gonna have
just
no
so I won't
circulation.
have, just so I won't hear Rico saying nothing about my knee pads.
But rather pass out. Then they gonna have a microphone next to you. What happened, John? You were wrestling fine and you passed out. This was for Rico. Sit up there and die right there. Fucking around with Rico.
Okay, I'm pushing P with these knee pads, huh?
You done died. Becky wear boots because y'all know I zoom in on shit. Every time I see her, it look like she got on flat shoes.
Yeah, it look like she wearing like some Adidas and some
Right. And
socks.
then she got some
But you
shin
know
guards
what?
and
When
some
she came
knee
back, she
pads.
had boots on.
She did.
That was about the only
Monday it didn't look
time.
like she wore boots.
I wasn't really focusing on the match Monday, to be honest with you.
I didn't focus on the match, but I saw her.
I don't
I
really
didn't
look
even
at
see the
that
match.
shit.
I was asleep.
Once she get
I
done
saw the
talking, I'll be
picture.
out.
I saw the picture of Piper standing over her.
Hyper. Do draw.
Is that how her entrance music come on?
It's similar to that.
Okay.
Do drop.
Did you watch NXT today?
Who me?
Yeah.
I skimmed through it.
It was a good show.
Yeah, but you know how it is when they're in the middle of, their first couple weeks off a big event. They be kind of mundane. I didn't care for Waller, to be honest with you. I saw we had two black men advance yet again. I love that. Definitely
Of
love
course.
that. As long as the taco factory ain't moving up, I'm okay.
You can thank Braun Breaker for that one.
Period. But I am interested to see where they go with this whole thing. I don't know why they went Braun Breaker.
Because Santos
Brother.
Escobar was messing with him. And Legado del Fantasma was going up against Inafe.
Oh right,
And
because they had that whole thing.
mhm.
But I
So he
still want
came
to
out
get his body
there
on.
and beat up them and had them at back. Now, it looked like Santos gonna be the next one to challenge for
Braun.
Breaker's title, which I don't have a problem with that either. Brian need a challenger that's gonna give him a run for his money, and
Actually
Santos might be
wearing
on his way out because he not getting his championship off of Breaker, not right now.
No.
So he probably gonna be moved up.
Although I would have
I
went
move
with
all of them
her.
up.
Yeah. They'd be the ones to take out Mysterio.
Hell yeah. I
Since y'all don't want Dom to do it.
don't give a shit who do it at this point. I don't
Oh,
care.
now you don't care.
No,
Because just last month, it was like, damn, why he got to do it? That's his son.
because y'all always want to see some shit like that because y'all horrible people.
It makes for good television. Nobody's taking it
No, it don't.
personal.
No, it do
Yes, it
not.
does. And
This
like
is
he
like
said, fuck
saying
your
two people
mama.
do fucked up shit because it justify when you do fucked up shit.
Not it justify when I do fucked up shit. It just makes for good TV.
It do not.
I really
It's
want them to
terrible.
tap into a TV kind of thing. That's what's really holding wrestling back. People want to get personal. I don't want to get personal with you. I don't care.
I thought that makes for good TV.
To get personal, everybody ain't got to be personal.
Depends on
And
the
I said,
story.
don't make it. Yeah, it depends on the story. Like if he, like say Dom decide to fuck his daddy up, we know it ain't personal.
It is.
No, it is not.
More
There's
than
no
likely,
behind.
it probably will happen after the Rumble.
See, I
At
agree
this
with
point,
that.
I just don't care.
She don't care who
Dominic,
take him out. She
no,
said,
because
"Don't the
Dominic
clown
got to
come
do
back."
something. He got to do
Yeah,
something.
I feel like he needs to be back down on NXT just to get that character work because he truly doesn't have a character. Great wrestler, not great wrestler. He's a fairly decent wrestler. He can keep up with him. But as far
I'm
as a
going to put up your
character,
commentary to hold on. No,
as a
no, because if
character,
one thing is off, then the whole fit is ruined. Nah,
no,
no fucking knee
no,
pads.
no,
Shit,
no. It's
I ain't
true.
worried.
It's
You be
true.
looking at
He
Rigo.
look at
You
everything,
meticulous. If a
literally.
scene pop on one of their gear pieces, you be going to fucking pieces. I be like, dude, it's a scene. Some things don't be ugly, it just don't be your aesthetic. Like I don't have a problem with Lash Legends gear. I think it fits her. She's a tall, statuesque woman.
I like it.
Everybody don't need to be covered in rhinestones and motherfucking
Now,
glitter.
if she come out
Everybody
with
don't
blonde
need
hair, just know they watching me.
that.
That's all I'm gonna say. She come out with this ash blonde hair, they are watching me, and I done told y'all this already.
They trying to what they trying to do? Bring up Jade?
They trying to bring up Lillian.
I can't.
They are watching me. They watching me close, y'all. It's tough. They have my eyes.
Foxy and Lana's gear pissed me off because they would never secure their kick pads right, and that shit would be falling, and the whole kick pad is out. That's what you was mad about when Lana's gear was her kick pad. Never mind the fact she was running around wrestling in fucking Yeezys. One of the Yeezys she was wearing,
Yeah.
they looked like little boats on the bottom of her feet. I didn't
Yeah, I think the
understand it.
Yeezys.
I liked her gear, except for her shoe. I like her shoe. Her lady spots don't count because she would be busted all the time. So you can't bring
From the
her up.
head to toe.
Period. As much as I love Brittany, I'm going to be devil's advocate for 2 seconds and say her sister has every right to tell her story. I feel Brittany's anger is a little misplaced and she's blaming her sister. Oh, because Jamie Lynn Spears sat down and did that interview. Either way, Tara, she lied on the interview.
Yeah, she lied. She said, how can you say, well, I
I
wasn't,
never touched Brittany's money, but if I did,
if I did, it was on accident.
it was an
What?
accident. Girl,
That's like OJ's book. If I did it. You did it.
well, I think he did. He just didn't physically commit the murder.
That man did it. Just the glove
I
just
think
didn't fit.
somebody else did it. I really do. I think he hired somebody to do it. But
Yeah.
that
If the
conspiracy
glove
can be
don't
murder.
fit, it must have quit.
No, you don't. I have some more evidence, bitch. The police messed that up. They trampled the damn crime scene. They had shoe prints and everything, but they couldn't decipher between the police shoe prints and the
And his
killer
shoe
shoe
print.
prints because they walked right through the blood.
Stupid. Stupid.
Come on, that's police 101. What is you doing? Can't trust the LAPD.
Where is your shoe slippers? Rivalries. Who? What is going on?
What?
Am I looking on? I don't think I'm looking on the right. This is not the right one. Okay. I had to make sure. I was looking at this universe. I'm like, what's going on? This is not the right thing that's going on.
She's blaming her sister for things I think she had no control over. Because there was a point in time where Brittany was not okay. And she needed help. And by her post on IG, it appears she's still not in the right frame of mind. Well, when I said that shit, nigga told me I needed to be quiet. So I'm being quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Because I said that before she even got her conservatorship taken out. I'm like, she's not in good health.
No.
So while I understand her people are taking advantage of her,
She
she
needs
needs to have
somebody
people
watching
around her
over
that's
her.
going to protect her and her assets, not people who are trying to keep her from doing what she wants to do.
Right.
Niggas talking about, well, she needs to be free. Okay, I don't mind her being free, but you don't want her to be out here and she's mentally unstable for real, and then she mess herself up.
She can't out here being that free.
Maybe you need to think about it. Y'all need to stop being people business. First of all, because this ain't your damn money, this her money. Okay? You wasn't out there dancing with no snakes and shit. You wasn't doing none of that. You was at home
shooting in the gym.
Your ass was sitting at home listening to I'm a Slave. Okay? You wasn't doing none of that shit. Alright? Now, shoot. I ain't saying the girl didn't need to be free. I'm just saying maybe we should have had some psych evaluations done to make sure she was all right and she wasn't tripping. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we should have had somebody who was actually there to take care of her. You know what I'm saying? And not somebody who's trying to take from her. That's all I'm saying. I don't know exactly who that person should have been. I'm just saying. I ain't say the girl was crazy. I just said that she be doing some crazy shit on Instagram sometimes. Like, it be the way she look at the camera. You be like, girl, you ain't blinking. Is you all right?
Just dead as fucking eyes.
Heavy black eyeliner on. Look like she slept in it. Be in our house dancing and twirling and breaking her foot because she stamping her foot hard on the ground. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
I was like, yeah, I don't think she's okay, guys.
And I'm like, y'all just watching her? Y'all not? Okay. All I saw was free Britney. I didn't see make sure Britney gets some help after that.
Okay.
But okay.
I knew she was a little off. I knew she was a little off when she posted a picture on Instagram half naked. Well, she was naked. She just put emojis over it.
Yeah, she was naked.
I was like, I understand you free. I think this is a little bit too free.
No, she was free.
Let's take it to Twitter. Why am I not able to? What's going on? Is he injured? Am I injured?
Jamie was right when she said when right in saying when Britney's conservative shit started, she was 17 and pregnant. What was she supposed to do? Oh, that part I ain't talking about. I'm not talking about Jamie Lynn Spears was lying in her whole interview. Just pieces of it. Pieces of it that she lied about are parts where she was complicit in keeping Britney from having the freedom she has now so it can maintain her own lifestyle. She claims she got her own money or whatever, which I'm pretty sure she does, but it's a greed thing. I think that her father conspired to keep the money between the family, and Britney could just live, and the whole drugged up shit. I don't think Jamie had anything to do with that, but I do think she was complicit in keeping certain things from Britney and making sure that conservatorship stayed between the two of them so that it would help fund what she wanted to do. I don't believe for a minute she had no idea about her money or none of that. That's bullshit. Now, when it comes to when the conservatorship started, her personal relationship with Britney, I don't know nothing about that, because when I watched the interview, it seemed like she was genuine in certain parts. But when it came to that money, she had a lot to say, but wasn't really saying nothing. And I'm like, girl, if you didn't do it, just flat out say I didn't do this.
And then let's not forget, when it first came out, she was talking about it was a lie. Shit wasn't her.
That's what she said. Then it shifted to, I was trying to keep my sister safe. This is a family matter.
And now it's, if you did it,
I don't know.
It was on accident. Girl, which one is it?
That's my problem.
What nigga took the donuts?
Because I do believe in some of the stuff that she's saying. Like, Rico, what's she supposed to do when the rhinestones is falling off? What's she supposed to put it on with? Cement?
Rubber cement.
She supposed to put it on with cement, Rico. She can't help it the damn rhinestones fell off. When she went out there with Sasha and she had that sparkly gear, her chains fell off.
Popping off.
One of them got
Rhea's,
caught in Sasha's hair.
Rhea's chains be popping off.
It got caught on her tights. It ripped her tights. But it looked nice when she brought her ass out there.
He must have burst into flames when he first saw Oscar on the scene. Then there was so many colors going everywhere, so many designs. I was like, "Whoa, it's a lot going on."
But you know what? After that match, that never happened to Bianca again.
I don't think she ever wore that outfit again.
Or she never put stones on her gear like that. She either got the gear sparkly or she buys the
Yes, that's what we're talking about,
chain,
Brandy.
or she buys the chains of rhinestones that you could sew rather than glue on.
Mm-hmm.
She should have slapped her mama and Jamie.
Yep.
Well, your daddy was the one shoving. Okay. Let me keep my mouth shut.
Mm-hmm.
I actually like Oscar's gear.
Oh,
My only issue is that she got her gear to death.
Oh.
What the fuck she supposed to do? Come out there naked?
Well, look, Tamina been wearing the same thing since 2015, so.
And Dana gear damn sure ain't changed.
She did.
And her ass, her fucking kick pads don't never come up right.
She don't never
Now
have kick
her
pads
knees,
on.
I noticed.
Dana don't wear kick pads.
Her
That's his biggest issue with Dana. He said that's gonna be the reason why she don't get a championship, because she don't have no knee pads.
Hell no.
Beyonce's Black History gear and her War Games gear were both blinked out, but the stones ain't falling off. Rico.
You gotta let go and let God. That's all you can do these days. Let go and let God.
Her father and whomever else was in Britney's team for 13 years are so fully to blame. Do I feel some sort of management conservatorship was needed because Britney was spiraling? Absolutely. I agree. I also agree with her father being to blame. 100%.
But her sister's to blame too. Because she's not 100% innocent like she says she is.
The abuse she was subjected to during that time was inexcusable. 100%, but Britney Spears ain't attacking her daddy. She attacking her sister on Instagram. And her mama.
I guess because they allowed it to happen.
Because they is the one who set it up and executed it.
I'm pretty sure she already had words for that man.
Now, I ain't saying she ain't got a right to be mad. She do. First of all, somebody need to be managing her social media. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
She should not have access to her social media like that. Because she's not responsible enough for it yet. She don't have...
She wild now like she 14.
Right. She don't have time mind to be on her social media like that.
They took it away, but they'll definitely put that shit right back on you.
I was showing up in her room like, Brittany, come on, let's go to bed. Give me your phone. You can watch this interview without tweeting and posting shit on Instagram.
I'll be on Twitter though. I'll be like, lying bitch. You talking about your sister? Did I at her?
Like, get you a ghost account.
Right.
All the basketball players got one. think he meant her Pink Mania gear. Didn't they go to Mania? Ain't that the one where Mandy fell?
Yeah. Yeah,
But
Poe
her Mania
Mandolin
gear was
slip.
a whole ass mess. Also, Don Vincent whooped Deborah's ass just now because Ariel cut her a fat check.
Period. The
Her
king's money
father
get things
orchestrated the whole
done.
thing and was on her payroll getting paid while being the conservative. I know he did. That don't make no damn sense. But I ain't surprised.
Girl, stop cheering. I'm about to say, yeah, what's wrong with you?
Well, she ain't gonna heal, baby, as long as she have access to the internet the way that she do. And this is no lie. Because the internet feeds into our most because the fans can be so toxic, they will feed into her most evil of desires and they will give her the energy to continue to behave that way. The only way she gonna get better is one, she gotta have people around her that actually care about her. Not people who want to chat. Well, and you know what? I'd rather have people who want to be paid than people who are around me because they are stealing from me or because I somehow elevate them. I'd rather you just be like, I'm
I'm
getting
here for
paid.
a job.
Make sure you do what you're supposed to do. That is all. I am not your friend. I am not your sister. I'm not your homie. I'm here to make sure you are okay. Once that happens, I take my ass home. That's how I be. I'd be like, give me your damn phone.
That's
What?
enough
Give me your
energy.
phone. Go to bed.
Because you tripping.
Because you out here wilding on the internet and we can't have that.
Now, when I come back for
Okay?
breakfast, you can get your phone back.
Period.
And I don't eat breakfast till 2 p.m. So,
Because I'm not, I ain't fixing to do this. You sitting up here calling your sister names and shit. Now, whether she is or she ain't is irrelevant.
but you can't tell everybody that, though.
We don't give a damn about none of that.
I
We just
woke
don't
up
want
by
you
my
out
own
here
shit.
messing up. And you don't need to get yourself all worked up over her. If you're mad at her, be mad at her. But don't let yourself get out of pocket over her. Don't do that. She needs to hire Felicia Culata back. She was her assistant from 1998 to 2008 and was the only person that truly had her best interest at heart. I'll be her assistant.
Okay.
I'll do it. Oscar's Mania robe at this past Mania was hella dope. The lady who made it used to do Charlotte's robes, and she said that Oscar wanted a chaotic robe that meshed well. Charlotte gear been fire lately. I don't care what nobody says.
It has.
I be talking about her like a dog, but her shit be on point. She's a villain. She come out there dressed like one. She don't be playing that bullshit.
Except for when Lita was here this Friday. Oh, that figure skating thing was just not it.
Lita
You
read
are.
her ass said, okay, we got real Tanya Hart in here. I'm like,
Okay.
not Tanya. Tanya busted up Nancy Kerrigan knee. Damn. That's a deep cut.
Child.
You gotta know a little something about pop culture to know that, baby. But that was some time ago. Tanya Hart is still to this day denies she did that shit. When she knows she did,
One in the
Nancy
movie.
Kerrigan was whooping her ass in the damn what was that, the world
Figure skating in the Olympics.
but they wasn't going to the Olympics. They was at one of their world championships and she was getting ready to lose. And she had that girl's knee broken.
Yeah, because if what's the name won, it was Shit.
I swear it was one of the championships.
No, it was the World Championships, but that particular World Championship was also dictating who was going to the Olympics that year too, or get ready to go to the Olympics, the upcoming Olympics.
Because she wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
She could have been an alternate though.
She didn't want to be an alternate.
Well, she wasn't good enough. Shit. I should like somebody's old ass. She looked like somebody's old ass grandma back then with them thick ass bangs she used to have. To this day, still say I never targeted her. Yes, you did. You did.
Like Miss Minnie on Instagram.
It's been years, bitch. Just tell damn truth.
I am not gay. I am not gay.
She said she had to pick fabrics that didn't go together but worked. And when she was picking out fabrics, she said that if she liked it, then she had to change. Ooh, that's a lot. And still does. Her father fired her and claimed Britney didn't want anything to do with her. But Felicia knew that wasn't true. She was the only person in Britney's camp that wanted the best for her. Seriously, that's sad. That is really sad. Shar was getting high. I'm Renasha Bliss, and I'm your freestyle dance teacher. You ain't shit. Yeah, they made a movie about it in 2017. Yeah, it was called I, Tanya. But I was alive when the bitch did the shit. I remember because it was all over TV, and they had that shit for weeks because they had to do the damn investigation in
my girl
the
hold her knee. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, she was. They had the bitch on camera.
Why did they do this to me?
Why? We was like, what did they do?
They fucked her knee up.
Her knee was shattered. Okay? And Tanya was isolated, and the bitch still lost.
Yeah.
She still lost.
That's
you
fucked up.
still lost because you're horrible. Horrible.
No.
Just terrible. She wanted the best for her and wanted to protect her, and her father and everyone involved in the conservatorship knew so she had to go. It's crazy that they had the camera rolling seconds after the incident happened. You know, I was a little suspicious. I was a little suspicious. I was like, how the fuck y'all get them cameras over there so quickly?
They knew what the fuck was up.
Who did this? Child busted that baby's knee up. The footage of Nancy crying is painful to watch. It was a mess. Yeah, Nancy Kerrigan was like America's sweetheart and was smoking Tanya Harding in every competition.
Mm-hmm.
So Tanya hit her in the knee with her skates, and her boyfriend orchestrated the whole thing. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. That was a huge scandal because it had never happened before. And she said she didn't hit her at all, but they found the pipe that the boyfriend used with his fingerprints on it. It wasn't her skates. It was a pipe. Nancy testified that she felt a sharp pain in her leg and she went down. But the person, she said she didn't see the person. If I remember how the story went. They found out who did it by the fingerprints on the pipe. It was on that pipe. Because Tanya was in her room in that, what was it called? She told the police that she was in the dressing room getting dressed because she was getting ready to go on after Nancy. And they always film when you come off the ice and when you coming on the ice. And she said she was trying to be ready for when they start filming her to go on the ice. Because you have to come out there and then the camera start rolling. You could take off your covers of your skates and then you go right on the ice from right there. She said she was waiting in the room. She claimed her boyfriend was with her. But they found the weapon and they got her ass. And she talking about some, I didn't do it. Kenny's
Definitely
here.
wasn't me.
I done fell asleep. Them kids at work wore me out. Child, at this point, you might as well go back to sleep, baby.
Okay.
You got to get up in the morning and do it all over again. Well, that shit was huge. And that was because that never happened before. Nobody had ever attacked another skater during a championship ever, or any type of event like that. Nobody had ever done that. Allison Janney played her mom, Tanya's mom, and I, Tanya, and she actually won an Oscar for it. Yes, she did. I was pretty shocked that she won the Oscar for that, but she did a really good job. Allison Janney is an underrated actress. I really like her. Her, Toni Collette, and I love Sandra Bullock. Meryl Streep is one of my favorite actresses. And I love Angela Bassett, Viola Davis. Who else is another favorite of mine? Oh, and I like Keanu Reeves. I watch anything Keanu Reeves makes. Anything that he makes, I will watch.
Keanu.
Yep, and Margot Robbie played Tanya. Yes, she did. Speaking of figure skating,
Stan was her husband.
Mm-hmm. Blaze of Glory is my favorite Pharaoh movie. Let me tell you something. When me and my husband, I think, were we dating or we got married?
When did Blaze of Glory come out?
I don't remember.
We got married in 2009.
Hey, Google. I had to ask her, because he knows. Hold on. Hey, Google. When did Blaze of Glory come out?
That was like 2005.
2007. We weren't married yet.
We still dating.
Okay. In 2007 is when Blaze of Glory came out, and it was in March.
Went to go see it in the
theater. It was cold when we went to go see it, I remember.
Dry cold.
Made me go see. I did not want to go see it. I seen the previews. I said, Dry, these niggas got fucking curls and volume in their hair. I'm like, it's some shit. I don't want to see this. He was like, it's going to be fun.
Fucking hilarious.
This is what he does. I don't like going to the movies with him for this particular reason. We went to the movie theater together, and he's like, I'm going to go get some popcorn and something to drink. But we got to the theater right when the movie started. So I was like, Jay, I don't think this is a good time. He's like, the credits is, the movie, the little movie trailers is rolling for the other trailers. Then the movie gonna start. Don't worry about it. I'll be there before the movie even starts. Dry didn't get there until 15 minutes into the movie.
No.
Yes, it was, because by the time you got there, you did not see the part where Will Ferrell and Jimmy was originally fighting, because you didn't understand why they were fighting.
No, when I got there, Will Ferrell had just did his routine, needed doing his backstory, and I walked right in where he was like,
"Let me put my poems in you."
You heard
that
me?
was 15 minutes in. They had already fought on the ice and been disbanded and everything.
That happened before.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. Because when Will Ferrell did his routine, they did his backstory, and then after he did his backstory, they were on the thing and they were announcing the scores. And then Will Ferrell was like, "Wait, what is this?" And that's when God, I cannot remember his name, but what was it? That means we tied you, douche.
Oh, but they had already did both backstories by the time you had came in.
Yeah, I missed what's name's backstory, but when I was coming in, I missed part of Will's.
You missed all of it. You only got the end.
He did the bullshit. I'm laughing at the top of the damn steps.
Dry come waltzing in. I was sitting there by myself, and I'm like, he's never gonna come in here. Okay, great. I didn't want to go see this. He did. He comes in, and as soon as the part comes in, you see the part where Will Ferrell's got this really fluffy brown hair, and he's squatting, and it was like his hit album, his hit poetry book, Let Me Put My Poems in You. Dry standing at the doorway, dying, at the top of his lungs, just cackling. Everybody turns around and looks, and I'm like, oh, God. He was like, what the hell is going on? I was like, just sit the fuck down.
Not he loud and ghetto at the movies.
I don't give a
Yes.
shit. Dude looking at me looking like, yo, dude looking at me like, I'm like, fuck you, that was funny. It's a goddamn comedy, nigga, laugh.
Just
He
the
looked
nigga.
back at Brian and he shushed me. I'm like, you fucking shush me. I ain't say nothing. He was like, that's your man. I'm like, you ain't mind your fucking business.
You don't know what's going on over here.
Shoot.
I've been quick to like, I don't know that nigga.
No. Terrible.
I don't know who the hell that is.
Margot Robbie played Tanya Harding, which, in my opinion, Margot was too pretty to play her. Period. No, because fucking Tanya Harding looks like a hobbit.
She do.
She's like a hobbit in the face. We're not talking about body.
Well, they had to put somebody pretty to play her part because
Why did they?
Because if you had somebody who looked like
Amy Schumer would have been a good choice.
That shit wouldn't work. It wouldn't work.
Yes, it would. All they had to do was keep her lips crusty
That shit
and not put on no makeup.
That shit would not have hit.
Why not?
Amy Schumer can't fucking act.
Neither can Tanya Harding, so we're good.
Tanya Harding is ugly.
All you wanted to do was just portray. All you had to do was portray what was on the screen. That was it. You ain't asking her to be no damn scholar. Shit. All she gotta do was be jealous. Because that's what Tanya Harding was. She was jealous. She was mad because Nancy Kerrigan was pretty and she was a better skater. And she had to work all her life and came from a shit family. And she had nothing to show for it. And she kept coming in behind Nancy Kerrigan. That was her whole issue. And she claimed to this day, I never had any issue with Nancy. And Nancy Kerrigan still don't want nothing to do with the bitch. But if I was her, I'd have bust her and her both of her kneecaps. One for money and two for the show, bitch.
Right
I'd have tore her ass up.
Boo, we ain't skating no more, bitch.
I love
At least
Melissa
Nancy
McCarthy.
can keep a man.
Ooh. Now she can keep it back.
Because Nancy ain't been married. Nancy been married since '95. Now Tanya Harding.
I need my older brother to hurry up.
She got married from 1990 to 93, then 95 to 96.
Because she mentally unstable, dog. She not gonna never be able to keep no man.
I mean, she doing strong now. She got her last husband.
He ain't gonna stay either. He either gonna die or he gonna leave.
I mean, dying is a part of it.
Okay.
How rich is Nancy Kerrigan?
Damn. That's fucked up.
She's a bitch.
Damn, Nancy still
not
worth
every
more
time
money?
somebody bring this shit up, but the reality is you did it. You try to act like you ain't do the shit. Bitch, you did. Speaking of Keanu, I watched the first Matrix on Saturday. I was thoroughly confused, but the action was cool. Wait a minute. The very first Matrix confused you? The one called The Matrix or Matrix Resurrections? Because that's not the first one. That's the fifth one, I think. Ain't it 4 Matrices? Oh, that's the fourth one. That's the fourth one. It's 3 Matrices before that. So I need some clarification. Did you watch Matrix Resurrections? Or did you watch?
She must have watched the last one,
Matrix?
because there ain't no way. She must have watched the Resurrection.
Because the first Matrix was pretty clear on what was going
self-explanatory.
on. It was like that movie long, they explained everything in there.
All the movies is fucking long.
The last two, I understood Matrix. I understood the second and the third one. I just didn't like it. I'm like, this was the reset they was talking about. Okay. Oh my God. It was exhausting. Speaking of ice skating, my boyfriend and I went ice skating for his birthday on Friday, and I've never been ice skating, so I was really excited to go. I was doing good, then bam, I hit the ice.
Oh, damn.
Oh, I'm glad you had fun though. I've only been ice skating twice, and the one time I went, I ice skated on the wall, and I busted my ass.
Huh?
Woo! I busted my ass.
Did I hit the water?
You've never been ice skating?
No.
Ooh, I'm too heavy to take you ice skating,
so.
baby. I wish you would have said something when we was younger. We could have went.
No, hell no. I want to try to do that.
Why?
Because That ice skating is forgetting it's hardwood if I fall. I go skating all day, slip, fall, boo hoo, hee hee ha ha. Sit and bust my ass on the ice, and we going to the hospital.
Baby, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. It's really not.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
Shut up. Matrix is one of those movies. If you walk away and miss something, you might as well go ahead and just restart the movie. Not the first one. The second and the third one, I'll give you those. But the first one is pretty straightforward. If you walk away before Keanu gets to the what is it called? The Nebuchadnezzar? Is that the name of the ship? I can't remember, but wherever the ship is that they're on and that they tap into the Matrix with, if you walk away before he gets to the real world, then yeah, I can see how you would be confused because it flips between the two. But if you're watching it from start to finish and you're still confused, like it explains in there, you've missed something, obviously. It's my point. But you shouldn't have, because you should have been watching it. It should have held your attention. He used to have ice skating parties every year for his birthday as a kid, so he's a good skater. I could never go skating because I was a dancer and I couldn't risk getting injured, so I wasn't allowed. Aww. Tiff, was this the same movie where you said you tripped up the stairs in the movie theater, or was this another movie? Oh, that was a different movie. I think when I tripped up the stairs. When did I trip up the stairs when we went to the movies?
Lose at Valley View.
Where did we go when we went to go see Blaze of Glory? We was at Ridge.
Yeah, before they renovated the seats.
But what was we going to see? What was we going to see when I tripped up the stairs?
That I don't remember.
Was it Tropic Thunder?
Was it Tropic Thunder? Did we go? Yeah, we did go to the movie to go see Tropic Thunder.
Was it Tropic Thunder when I fell up the stairs?
It may have been. Because with nobody in the theater just yet.
No, we were the only ones. We had to stand in line. We had to stand in line to go see Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, what the fuck did we go see? Because you tripped up the stairs with nobody in the theater. It was just us. And then right when you tripped, you got yourself together. You start walking up. Like 8 people came in behind us.
I don't remember. Because that was the first time I went up. Because I usually go down when I go in the movie theater. Because I don't like sitting up that high. And you didn't want to sit close to the screen.
Mm-mm.
I don't remember. It wasn't the Marine because we took Mom and Dad with us to go see the Marine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what we went to go see. I don't remember. I should, though. Because I feel like it was something that I really wanted to see. It wasn't Sausage Party because that was too recent.
Nope, Sausage Party was at Ridge.
And it wasn't John Wick 2 because that's too recent. And we were all where the handicap seats were.
Yep. Because that came out. Was that around my birthday?
Yes. I took you to see John Wick 2 for your birthday.
Yeah, girl.
And Sausage Party we just went to go see.
Yeah, that was just a random ass Saturday.
Which I would never do that again. That was traumatic. I ain't never. There was a bunch of food having an orgy, and I was just like, Jesus, this is some shit I ain't never seen before. I can't think of the movie. I don't know what it is. Not at the door. Yes, at the doorway, Kenny, howling at the top of his lungs in the damn doorway. Also, selfish and shameless plug. Dom uploaded the rest of last week's matches for our DCW tournament, and y'all should go watch. We picked our own themes and everything. Oh, that's cool. But I started out holding the wall because I was petrified. But he didn't want to let go of my hand, which was very sweet. We're planning on going back soon. Oh, that's cool. They don't have like ice skating rinks. I know they have like the skating rink in the middle of the city. I know that, but like an actual ice skating rink that you can go ice skating at like year round in New York City. All my life, I had to fight tease. You stupid. Dude, I want to learn to ice skate one day. No, I literally didn't move when I saw it. When I saw the alien going into his belly button, I was like, whoa, I didn't know he had any. Ma'am, it wasn't an alien. It was a machine. Okay, let me see if I can explain it so you understand. The Matrix is a simulation. So that's why a lot of people are running around talking about we in the Matrix. That's why a lot of bad shit been happening back to back to back because we in the simulation and somebody done fucked up in the simulation.
We
So
just
they
can't
done
get it
turned the
right.
switch and a bunch of people done fucked up. That's why they say that. The Matrix is a built simulation to maintain order so that the machines can stay alive and the humans can have a semblance of a decent life. For the machines, this was the peace offering that they were willing to offer because they needed to be able to stay alive. They didn't care what it meant for the humans. The humans should be able to choose per the humans that, are fighting against the machines. The machines feel like choosing doesn't fix anything for anybody. You all should live in this matrix and be happy, and everybody gets what they want. But not in reality, you really don't. Because they pick and choose who gets to be famous, they pick and choose who gets to be rich, who gets to be poor. And if you're in the simulation and you're fighting against the simulation, they will seek you out and take you out. So the whole point of Neo was like a clause in the simulation. If something goes wrong, Neo would be activated to fix it and reset the simulation, which is what happened, essentially. It just played out like a big ass war. But in reality, he literally was born to reset the matrix so that everything would start all over again. That's it. Just know the Wachowski sisters didn't write it or do it. It was a black lady who wrote the Matrix. And that bitch got her coins.
Well, they were Wachowski brothers at the time.
But they're girls now.
She sued the pants off of.
So we have to stop it.
Well, she did.
But that's not
Wait
the
a
point.
minute.
Okay?
Hold on.
They're ladies.
They both went ladies?
No.
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
yes, they did. Both of them are girls now.
Yep.
Talk about a Bristolhood.
She said the alien went in his belly button. Jesus.
Why y'all keep trying to put her with somebody? It's ridiculous.
Yep, Tanya was a fucking hater, and she was only envious. She wasn't only envious, she was jealous. Nancy wasn't only prettier and a better skater. She had a more stable upbringing than Tanya, and she was constantly compared to Nancy in the media. That's that media fault. Shit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gave a damn.
Not a fuck.
I did my job. There's jokes about Keanu Reeves being a vampire because he looked the same since he was in his early 20s. He really don't. I tell you who looked the same since they was in their 20s. Fucking Lorenz Tate.
Goddamn right.
That nigga ain't aged a damn day.
Let's not talk about Lorenz Tate
Still
right
look
now.
like
He's
old
on my
dog
shit list.
from Medicine Society.
Why you say he on your shit list?
Because he pulling games in power and I don't like it.
Him, Pharrell ain't aged yet, but I think he be drinking his own piss or something because he crazy.
Not his own piss. He be drinking blood.
I don't care. He crazy.
He be sacrificing lambs.
I can't. Tanya a piece of work, but her life made for some good TV. Yeah. I only watched the first one, The Matrix Brandy. I don't do that skating shit. Not fucking up my knees. Let me tell you something. Back in the day, a bitch used to go skating, be curving around that corner. Ain't nothing like that air hitting you in the face when you go around that corner.
I don't like going with my aunts.
It ain't nothing like it because you could just zone the fuck. Oh, I miss that so much. Because you could just zone the fuck out and just skate. If you know how to skate, not bump into nobody and just skate, it is so exhilarating to round those corners and get all that air and you hear the music and you just zone it out, just skating. Man, I miss them days.
My aunt and
I miss it so much.
Well, she don't skate, she glide.
Oh, your aunt glad.
She glide. My aunt was cold.
I be gliding.
this lady in front of us fell on her head. This lady in front of us fell on her head, and I was like, "Oh hell no, we taking a break."
Mhm.
Now
All
she
right.
fell on
That's
her
enough.
head. No, the first Matrix confused me because I never watched sci-fi movies before that. I was full of questions. I was thinking, how did Trinity fall in love with a man you didn't talk to? Girl, the same way
That's how love
it's
works, you know?
sometimes love happens easy. You meet a person, you find that you're physically attracted to them, you you talk to them, and Trinity was taking care of him when he came to the Nebuchadnezzar. Like she was the one feeding him. Um, and when what happened was Morpheus told her that she was the one. When she went to talk to the Oracle, which they didn't show that, which was done on purpose. When she talked to the Oracle told her the man that she loved would be the one. Now, when you watch the movie, the Oracle did tell Neo that he wasn't the one, but that was because he was a cynic. He didn't believe in a lot of things. He didn't really. He felt like he had control over everything that he wanted to do, and that nobody could tell him anything. So he was always questioning everything, which is fine. But when you don't believe in anything, you'll fall for everything. So Neo essentially had nothing to guide him. When she told him he wasn't the one, that was when he was able to tap into his true power. That was when he understood what was really going on here. And she said what she said to give him the confidence to do what he needed to do. The Matrix is what I said. It's simple. It is a simulation built to keep humans under control so that the machines and AI can continue to thrive because there was no more sun. There was nothing that they could use for energy anymore, but they realized that humans could generate the energy they needed. So they put them in pods and literally had them be in a VR simulation for years. And then when they die, they liquefy your body and feed you to the next born person, which is how they explain how people have memories that they naturally didn't have. Like you got a memory of going somewhere and you ain't never been nowhere. Deja vu is when the matrix done been glitched or is changed. That's how they explained it. It's some real shit. You be like, damn, we in a simulation? Well, somebody turn this
Okay.
motherfucker up so I can get some money, bitch. I'm
Okay.
sick of living in squalor. Y'all gonna have to fix this shit. South Park season 25 is coming. I haven't watched South Park in years. Tiffany, your memory be blocking out recently. Is it because your hair ain't done, child? You know,
Yes.
I had, no, for real. The last time I had my hair done was when I had them braids that Crystal did. The dark brown braids. That was the last time I really had my hair done. I haven't worn a wig in almost 2 years, and that is not like me, child.
It's been like 2 years?
Since I wore a wig. Not 2 years since I got my hair done.
No,
Since
I'm
I wore
saying
a
because I
wig.
remember
Yes.
I remember the last
It's
wig
been
you
two
wore
years since
was
I
the
wore.
it has been like 2 years. The last one you wore was like
Mm-hmm.
that green one, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. We've been in here too long.
Yes, God, honey. I
Please
was like,
start the
ooh.
simulation over.
I started over.
Cause it's been too long. It's been a long 2 years.
Sir.
We are going on year 3. Oh my God.
Ooh.
This is
Um,
scary.
no, I literally I don't remember some things I don't remember. Generally just forget them. That movie thing, I did forget the movie we went, but I remember falling up the stairs because it was right before them people came in. And Jared came up behind me. He was like, I got you, baby. Don't worry about it. I got you. I really failed. Like, I really failed.
Try to catch it.
I really failed. I was like, oh, shit. I hit the floor. I said, oh, God damn. Not like this. All the motherfucking people coming in. Like, Jared, help me up. God damn it.
Pimp down, pimp down.
Tim, are you a Black Panther fan? If you are you on the side of them recasting T'Challa after Chadwick Boseman passed away, or building the world around another Black Panther? Well, either way, T'Challa would be recasted.
Right.
If you go with Shuri being Black Panther, which is what happened in the comics, there is a version of the comics where Shuri was Black Panther. Technically, he's still being recasted. If you go with Black Panther, with T'Challa just being replaced with another actor, I think they should pass the mantle to a new Black Panther. I don't think they should have someone playing T'Challa, which I think is what they're going to do. It doesn't make sense to recast him. Recasting him is what's going to piss people off.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Having somebody else play Black Panther and play it as T'Challa is what's going to make people angry. But if you allow him to be respected in the movie gracefully, let him pass away, essentially, because they're kind of gonna have to do that, which I know is gonna seem a little disingenuous, but the story still existed before Chadwick and it exists after him. He wasn't the end all be all of Black Panther. He just made it come to life in front of us. And I think Chadwick would be okay with them finding someone else to take up the mantle. I don't know how well it's going to be received if they do. They got big shoes to fill if they do. And a lot of people are not going to like it because they've taken up the mantle. So the way I would say it is, I want to see Black Panther continue because it's the only Black superhero movie that's all Black and it cannot be denied. That's why it did so well. That's why it was so widely popular. And that's why everybody cried when Chadwick Boseman passed away, because he did something that not even Denzel Washington could do. And that is bring a character to life on television, on TV, and in film. And the film and the character itself be synonymous with Chadwick, not Chadwick being synonymous with the character.
And I didn't like how everybody was like, oh, now everybody want to dress up in the African garbs and do this. When Black Panther come out, I'm like, let them dress up how they want to dress up. Niggas don't bat eyelash and motherfucker dress up like Batman when the new Batman come out.
Or Star Wars.
Me and my brother literally watched two random people have a lightsaber battle. When one of the Star Wars movies came out, and he force choked the dude, and he went along with the force choke.
Period.
It's funny. I'm like, I don't have a problem with that. I feel like that's great.
And the dude dressed up like Batman and was running up behind people. I'm Batman, and would just walk away.
That's just creepy. I didn't have a problem with that. They was wearing the African garb from the movies. They was like, our culture is not a costume. I'm like, well, in the movie, it was a costume. And that's what they mimicking. So I think you're going to have to, take that up with your mama. I don't care.
Okay.
They bite off of us all the time, bitch. Get used to it. Right. Shit. The fuck? We can't do nothing. We take our hairstyles, call them mini buns and shit. They don't respect us. You think they gonna respect you? No.
Hell no.
I miss the NXT talk, but I don't care. Did y'all see them weak ass flowers for that memorial? Child. I made AJ turn the phone down when Tony was memorializing Pete Dunne.
She made me turn it down when she heard him call him Petey Poppins.
Because him and his widow Pete get on my nerves. And I know them dingy ass velour suits he got stank. He getting on my nerves. The fuck? I didn't delete any comments. What? What happened? And them two chicks could have kicked Winslow Oddfellow in her damn shit. Are you... This bitch. Are you calling Dakota? Kenny, I'm not talking to you no more. I'm getting y'all comments late, y'all. Would you rather watch a movie with no plot or a good movie with a bad ending? I'd rather watch a movie with no plot, because even movies with no plot can be good movies. Just because you deem it to not have a plot don't mean it don't have one. It just means you haven't figured out what the plot is. I don't even know how to do that. But my grandmother would talk my ear off for the whole 2 hours, and she did. I just watched the whole movie while she talked over it. Oh, that's why you was confused. Because your grandma was talking. Okay, so what you need to do is watch it by yourself so you can understand what you was watching. Lorenz Tate is still fine. I ain't saying he wasn't fine. I'm just saying he got Benjamin Button disease.
That's the bro like Benjamin Button right there.
Because he ain't aged since Love Jones.
Fuck Love Jones, Menace to Society.
Nigga, he's aged since Menace to Society.
He's still like
He aged since the Inkwell, Jared. We gonna go back. Let's go back. Him and them damn braids. He was getting on my nerves. So Lorenz Tate has always been. Well, Don don't like him right now because of the shit he doing on Power. Ready to go slide on that nigga right quick. Man, ice skating seems like it's kind of not for the weak. I already be busting my ass roller skating. I know it may sound weird, but I low-key like falling as long as I don't get hurt. That's because your little ass get hurt. Mm-hmm. You're a little freak. It's nasty, honey. He's a little too short for my taste, but he's always been fine. Child.
I watched my big ass brother skate into a wall.
I think he's the perfect height for where he needs to be. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Especially if you already tall.
I only went to the ice skating castle for the pickle pops.
It's easy on everybody. Everybody got to bend and
bitch. I went skating one time when I was 8, and I wasn't that good at it, so I floated to the middle, and I was stuck because I couldn't move. And these two adults were not looking and were going super fast and crashed into me. I've never seen any of the Matrix movies. Aesthetically, I don't think the Matrix movies would be your cup of tea, Tirza.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like you would enjoy it as much. If sci-fi isn't your thing, then you probably be like, in action movies and fighting scenes and stuff like that. If that's something that you enjoy, you be like, You probably rather. Right.
I wanted to watch what's the name tomorrow and realized I can't watch it because we ain't got it.
What?
The Raid 2.
I didn't buy the second one.
No, we got the first one.
Wait. Did I buy the second one on Apple?
I don't think so.
I only bought the first one because that's the one you told me to get. And now I kind of hate skating. If it's someone I don't like, forget on purpose. I forget on purpose.
You gotta be careful because if you mess around by the wrong one, the second one will be bad.
Because the subtitles.
The subtitle is the best one because they edit everything.
With the way Letitia Wright be acting, I'd be shocked if they make sure he's the next Black Panther. The way they say the sis went and got vaccinated, so it is what it is. I don't know. It won't be the same. If they get someone to recast him, it won't be the same. It's like RDJ is Iron Man. He will always be Iron Man. If they would have recasted him, shit. Well, she right. But he dead now.
Snap himself away.
He dead, baby. Chadwick was just an exquisite actor, but he was impeccable in Black Panther. For someone who is not into Marvel movies whatsoever, replacing him would be a huge mistake. I don't think they will. I think they're just going to pass the mantle of Black Panther to someone else. They have to. It's either that or the franchise is dead.
Oh.
It's either that or Black Panther is dead. And I'm sorry, but that's not something Chadwick wanted. He wanted to be a part of the legacy, not be the end-all, be-all of the legacy. And there's a difference. Tiff, this is why I'm excited that they're using the Black Panther movie to build out Atlantis, and they're modeling it after the Aztec or Inca Empire. What are you talking about? This is why I'm excited that they're using the Black Panther movie to build out Atlantis, and they're modeling it after the Aztec or Inca Empire?
That's a lot. You just touched on like 4 different sections.
How does Black Panther correlate with Atlantis? I'm confused. I don't
I'm
understand what
confused as
you mean.
well.
No, I'm for reals. I really don't understand what that means. I feel like I'm missing something. Am I missing something?
I'm just $50.
Baby, us black people showed up and showed the fuck out. We was all black. No sugar, no cream. And I was all the way here for it. In one of the theaters, they was serving soul food. Child. I know here they was dancing in the movie theaters right outside. They was putting on full-on flash mobs. I was like, y'all better tear it up, selling Black Panther out, giving these people billions. I think. Yes, I am, because that's who she looked like. And what the fuck was Lola wearing? Oh, probably one of her cousin's old ass outfits. I don't know. Last week, was it week before last when she had that white outfit on? That was cute.
What you talking about?
Shark Tale.
Oh.
I told y'all she got that lady shop at Macy's. I don't know.
Not
This
Macy's.
fool said she shopping Macy's.
I don't know
Hell
what y'all be trying to get up out of her.
Hell.
This is what I put up on Instagram, but this was hot. They was like, Tiffany, you ain't slick putting this in on the third slide. Is that not what she looked like?
What you talking about?
That looked like Electra Lopez. Stop playing with me. That's not even a joke. That's the true tea.
She's a old nigga.
When Force Awakens came out, I went and watched it with my siblings and my small group leader from church on opening night. And we was walking out and he said, what if I just shout that Han Solo dies? He probably gonna die.
Well, shit, he did die.
I was like, sir, we are minorities surrounded by nerdy white men. You know they got too much pent up aggression. Hell no. I don't want to. It took so long to watch. And when he threw up, that sent shivers down my spine. That's what you remember. That's what you remember out the whole movie is that he threw up. Aaliyah, sci-fi movies are not for you. And baby, don't watch no more because you're ruining my Keanu. Okay, you're ruining it.
She said you're
ruining it. I should not have to explain this to you.
No,
I'm
for real.
Snack. Baby, what? Don't clean that.
All the stuff on the bottom.
You need to clean that. Clean it real good.
It's all right.
No, it ain't. Spray that with some microban. That get in your lungs and mess you up. I'm gonna tell Daddy on you because you're tripping.
Stop it.
I'm gonna tell. You're the only one that can get you together. I'm gonna snitch. And I ain't talking about my daddy. I'm talking about your daddy.
Now she a tattletale.
My daddy can get you together, but your daddy ignorant. I call your daddy. I tell him. Yeah, okay, he'll be back. Shit. Tiff and Jared, do you guys prefer the Matrix movies or the Terminator movies? I have yet to watch the Terminator movie all the way through.
Matrix.
I prefer the Matrix. I do not like Terminator. I feel like Terminator is stupid.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they come from the future to kill her in the past when you could have just killed her in the future.
And why does it keep happening is the question.
I mean, and there's so many Terminators, like the Sarah Connor Chronicles. It's like 4 Terminators that came out within the last couple of years. Like, oh my God. I can't stand Terminator. I don't like it. Because I'm like, how you supposed to kill it? Like, there's no way to kill it.
It's just keep coming back. Clearly.
You can't kill it. I ain't seen any of the Matrix films either. It's probably because it ain't your cup of tea. See, I'm the type, I can sit up and watch a full-on musical and then turn around and watch The Matrix. And I will be satisfied. There are some people who prefer musicals, and there are some people who prefer sci-fi. Others prefer thrillers and like really unique movies, or weird shit, like creepy shit like The Lovely Bones or Don't Breathe, where it's like about sexual assault, but it's done in this really avant-garde way, shit like that.
Promising Young Woman.
Promising Young Woman is fucked up. That's a fucked up movie.
They got 3 boys outside of Edmonton, Missouri.
Oh my God.
Edmonton, Missouri.
I love that movie, but it's so sad. That girl, if you ain't never seen 3 Billboards Outside of Edmonton, Missouri, it's about this woman who's trying to find her daughter's killer in this small town. Her daughter was pulled over the side of the road, sexually assaulted, and then they lit her ass on fire.
Jesus.
And they never found out who killed
Woody Harrelson's
the
character
girl.
was so damn destroyed.
And because she was so adamant about finding him, and Woody Harrelson's character had like stage 4 cancer, and he was dying, and because he knew he was gonna die before he saw the case, he killed himself.
Mm-hmm. He was that damn destroyed. He couldn't solve the case before he died. He took himself out.
It was so many things going on in this fucking movie. It was racism. It was sexism, classism.
Goddamn.
All the isms. Okay.
That boy got set on fire.
Trying to save the evidence that proves that this one dude did it, and it come to find out he didn't do the shit.
Child.
So he got burned over 40% of his body for nothing.
My whole thing was they was going after the other. They was going after the other who they thought. I'm like, so we not gonna get a second one. This how y'all gonna end it?
Nope.
We ain't gonna find out she kisses nigga or not. For real.
Tiff and Jared, what are your thoughts on the death of Sidney Poitier? Sidney Poitier was one of the most iconic figures in African American film and in film period. He embodied what he wanted African Americans to be.
Really?
He had grace. He had poise. He always gave out his wisdom like he was supposed to make sure other black actors didn't fall in the trap. And I know that he was old and he was tired.
If it wasn't for Sidney Poitier, one of my favorite TV shows growing up as a kid would not have existed.
What show was that?
The Heat of the Night.
Damn, that was Sidney Poitier.
He did the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Slap the shit out that white man.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't stand it. He did it right though. Because what's her name? Tibbs' wife.
Oh my God.
That heifer was always hollering and screaming. She weighed 5 pounds.
I felt so bad for her.
And then she got raped like 4 times.
Like in the first 2 seasons alone.
She was kidnapped and raped.
She got kidnapped 4 times.
And was raped once.
And got raped once.
Jesus, you should need not to leave the house.
Got sexually assaulted another time.
Yeah, she did. Yep. And then he came to the house and tried to rape her again.
Mm-hmm. She whooped his ass in the house, though.
She should have whooped his ass. Never mind. See, this is my thing. When it came to her, it was always I'm helpless. But she was a policeman's daughter. Her father was a cop.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, how come you don't know how to use weapons?
And on top of that, he was a cop in Philly.
Right. Now, the rape thing, I'm not blaming her for because she can't control that. She a woman and somebody overpowered her. That's not what I'm talking about. But every time I turn around, like she was a target all the time. And after a while, bitch, you get tired of being a victim. Like the first time, I can understand. Second time, maybe. But bitch, we turned into 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. After the third time, I need a gun. I don't give a damn about none of you talking about nigga come up on me wrong, I'm a cap you. Period. I don't have time for that. She was always getting messed up. And she was always screaming.
Live tease.
She was always screaming. I just be like, girl, please be quiet. Then she left Tibbs. She left them and took her kids and went back to Philly and said she couldn't do no more because he was a cop and then he had became an attorney. He stopped being a cop and became the district attorney because of her, because she said his job was dangerous, right? So then when he did that, her ass left. They went back to Philly and she was like, I don't want to stay. I don't want to go back there. I want to stay here in Philly and I'm keeping the kids. And I was like, this bitch. That's who Bruno was talking about. That's who he was talking about. That bitch right there. I'm like, how you gonna make this man give up his kids like that in his family? You ain't right. Now her daddy wasn't shit either. Cause the first time he came down to their house,
he was trying to do everything.
He tried to take over, try to make it look like he was some damn hero. He was retired.
And then too, he was kept insinuating that they was gonna move back to.
She gonna move back to Philly with me because I can protect her. You can't protect her. Then what her stupid ass do? My dad he just wants the best for me. No, your daddy overbearing, and it's real sus that he like really trying to keep you close to him. He got a whole ass wife for that.
Right. Talk about some. Well, he didn't get to spend time with me growing up.
No,
because he was a cop. Well, bitch, he should have retired early.
That's his fault. That's his fault. Shit. She got on my damn nerves. That just made me mad. Oh, she was get on my nerves. If she wasn't crying, she was complaining. Well, you need to do something. I'm not gonna stand for this. No, you're gonna get kidnapped and scream like you always fucking do.
That's what happened last time you tried to steal for something. You got your ass kidnapped.
Sit up there crying and shit. I didn't want to see it anymore. Girl, close your eyes. Shit. What's wrong with you? Hold on a second. Black Panther's biggest rival is Namor, who is like the ruler of Atlantis, and he will be the villain in the new Black Panther movie.
Okay.
Oh.
Y'all be talking in holes. Y'all just don't know.
Y'all gotta tell me straight up, because I only know of a couple villains of Black Panthers. I knew about Killmonger and I knew about Claw. Because those were the ones that I regularly saw. I didn't know anything about, I don't know how to say his name, so I'm gonna call him Namor. Is that how you say it? I feel like Elektra Lopez is a TJ Maxxinista.
Ooh, damn.
Because TJ Maxx got some bomb clothes. That bitch is straight Sears and Macy's.
You know what? Don, no, for real. Don is right, because TJ Maxx and Marshalls gets the surplus from Barney's, Nordstrom. They get it from Saks Fifth Avenue, and they get them from other stores, and they basically compile all that stuff in TJ Maxx and in Marshalls. They pretty much are a secondhand high-end store. They sell stuff at like rock bottom prices, but most of that shit is name brand.
Mm-hmm.
Like 90% of it. So I won't call her a Maxxinista. I call her a Goodwill Salvation Army type of bitch.
Not even that.
Because them hats she be wearing look like they came straight from there. Mm-hmm. I hate Star Wars. I get so irked when I see that shit on TV. I don't like Star Wars either. That's not a sci-fi movie I would recommend to anybody. If they're introducing the character Namor, Black Panther, and they're modeling Atlantis in the MCU after the Aztec or Inca Empire. Oh, okay, so you gotta talk plain to me, baby, because I don't know everything. I try to keep up on certain things, but some things I generally want to learn about when I watch the movie. Does that make sense? Like, I don't always go and seek the information. I rather learn it when I watch it. And I really wanted to try to give Black Panther a fair chance, because I didn't go and seek out what the original Black Panther was going to be about. So I'm like, I'm going to do the same thing for this Black Panther. Kimmy said, I'd rather shave my legs with a taser than watch Star Wars.
I ain't going to say all that now.
Bitch, I'll watch Star Wars first. I'm not going to kill myself. Okay, you can kill yourself.
It takes long for it to get into the point. However,
yeah, it does.
When it gets to the point, it's a good movie.
It depends on which one you watch.
I ain't watching another one, so I don't give a shit.
Do you think
but I do know, like,
that
I do know the highs and lows of it.
Changed Walter's name to Gunther Stark. Oh, that's what people were upset about, because he changed his name to Gunther. That? I don't know. I was kind of weirded out by the fact that he was like, I'm Gunther, and I was like, what the fuck is a Gunther? What is that?
Him.
I don't know. I don't know why they changed it. I think he should have stuck with Walter. I thought Walter was fine. Nobody else changed their name. Is his real name Gunther?
That's
Gunther's a fucked
disappointing.
up name. Gunther is not the name of a leader of an
That's a big white
organization.
boy name, so I guess it
Right,
fits.
that's the name you give to the minion. That's the name you give
Sound like
to the third string goon that be going and whooping people's ass.
sound like a character from anime I used to watch.
It sound like a character from one of them Guy Ritchie movies.
Shit, his name sounds real close to Gother. Gother was a character on anime I used to.
His name is Gunther Stark. Okay, Tony. Throwing up in any media will start a panic response. I couldn't handle myself getting a stomach bug and throwing up without having panic attacks 3 days in a row. It's something wrong with you. You need to go get some help. He threw up because of the panic attack. He was having a panic attack when he threw up. See, that's how I know you weren't paying attention.
At all, because it's clear as
He
day.
threw up because he was having a panic attack in the movie. He
In the
realized that
simulation.
that this simulation was real and that he didn't want to believe it. He wasn't breathing. And when he finally did breathe, his innate response was to blow trunks, which is what he did. And it wasn't that much. It was a little ass puddle of white nastiness laying in the damn floor of the ship. It wasn't even nothing they ate at catering. And I know the movie says catering be bomb as fuck. Shit. The fuck? That's why Aaliyah said, I hope I don't have that, that response that I had last time. Yeah, bitch, stay away from the catering. You won't throw up.
That shit was
Shit.
hilarious.
Was
And
you
not to have her
hungry?
rehash or have throw up.
Child. When they do that, because I ain't seen no outrage over a name change recently. They changed his name to Gunther. He announced it on the show when it went off the air. He picked
Kenny,
up the
you was
mic.
watching it.
He picked up the mic and said, "I am Gunther," and I thought that was weird. I was like, "What the fuck did he say?" And when they started whooping ass, and then Dynamite came out there to protect Roderick, I was like, "Oh shit, they ain't playing. They going at it, baby." But he announced that his name was Gunther.
The winner is Gunther, and start beating the shit out of Roderick.
That's what he said. He said the winner is Gunther. I mean, if he I would have went with Gunn personally. I think Gunn sound kind of cool. But if that's what he wanted to go with, I ain't gonna shit on it because I'm not trying to get chest slapped. Okay? I like my titties. 1, 2. All right? I don't want to get chest slapped. I'm glad Harry Belafonte is still around. Well, he tired too, baby. They tired. You know how long these people been here? 100 years is a long fucking time to be living. Okay? After a while, bitch, you just tired.
Damn, today ain't the day, huh?
You just tired.
They wake up and be like, I guess.
I've never been to TJ Maxx. Kenny,
you sleeping, girl?
Kenny, at your size, do you know you could be racking some shit up? You can find some gems at fucking TJ Maxx, girl.
Okay.
Oops.
TJ Maxx, Marshalls.
Marshalls get you all the way together, especially in the shoe
one?
department. Burlington Coat Factory.
Nordstrom Rack.
Girl.
You better get out there to these stores, girl. You tripping.
You can go to TJ Maxx and get you some real good stuff. And they home and decor stuff is unmatched. You can get fucking Ralph Lauren lamps in that store.
Ralph Lauren towels at TJ Maxx.
Okay.
For $12.
If you're really lucky, you can find some Jimmy Choo stuff in there. You can find Vera Wang got shit in there. Okay.
You gotta look. If you go to the white ones, they got Prada in the white ones.
You ain't lying. They
really have like top star shit in TJ Maxx.
Kenny has the outlets in Lancaster, and her ass ain't in one yet.
You tripping?
The outlets got all of the shit. You ain't even gotta go to damn TJ Maxx. Just go to fucking outlets.
Yep.
Girl, you gonna get your ass up and go to TJ Maxx. I can't believe your ass ain't been damn TJ Maxx small as you are, you can go in there and get you a whole bunch of shit for next to nothing. I'm upset. Y'all keep upsetting me. You ain't never been. Well, Leah, you don't count.
Right.
Kitty was tired. You always tired. Gunther, a name that sound like he hide candy bars in various places.
Hell no. Terrible.
I ain't been to TJ Maxx either. Rico, with all of the attention to detail that your ass be doing, you definitely
Y'all
need to
are
go.
tripping. Okay.
You definitely need to go, sir.
TJ Maxx is not a
Okay?
bad place. Now, let's
It's
be
one of the best
clear.
places you can go.
In the early
Especially
2010s, it wasn't all up. Then,
for you, Rico, because you want to decorate your brother's house. Next to nothing. TJ Maxx and Marshalls. You
yep.
can go to Home Goods until Tuesday morning, but you ain't gonna get the deals you can get at like Big Lots, TJ Maxx, and Marshalls. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you ain't gonna get the same deals. But what you can do is go on Home Goods and look around Home Goods and see what you like, and then go on fucking TJ Maxx and Marshalls and see if you can find the matching shit. Because most of the time, the surplus come from Home Goods and Tuesday morning over there to TJ Maxx and Marshalls. Mm-hmm. Just like
Oh,
Ethan Allen
sleep.
shit go over there. You can go to Big Lots and rack up on a lot of shit too. Mm-hmm.
Y'all are tripping.
He said, hold up. I never said I ain't never shop at the outlets. I'm just real selective where I go. Mm-hmm.
Honey, you need to go
There's
inside
an
at TJ
outlet
Maxx
for
and
all of them
Marshalls.
places.
Like, them commercials are not bullshitting you. Like, they really have nice stuff in TJ Maxx and Marshalls.
Is the
They are not
AJ
lying.
Wright store still in business? No, man. No, sir.
No,
AJ Wright
AJ
went
Wright
out of
been gone.
business. AJ Wright went out of business right
AJ
when
Wright, Dots.
the war started. Right when they got real deep into the war and they started talking about the country was going back into debt. When and that was it was right around the time that the economy started to fall the first time, which I believe was in Obama's first term.
Now you a
That's when
follower,
AJ
bitch?
Wright that's when AJ Wright went down, which AJ Wright was the place too. It was even cheaper than TJ Maxx and Marshalls.
Yep.
He's going there and find some shit. Selective
Yep.
meaning it's if it's over a ridiculous amount, it's staying right there on the rack. Child,
Mm-mm. You gonna go in TJ Maxx and spend a ridiculous amount.
I've been to the outlets at least 5 times when I drove to Lancaster for group trips and such. See, here's the thing: we got outlets here. We have Lodi, Aurora Farms. There's an outlet in Dayton. There's a Tangiers outlet here in Ohio. So I don't really go to Lancaster for the outlets. But Kenny has the Pottery Barn outlet there, and they have the what is the other outlet? There's another outlet for another high-end store that's in her outlet setup in Lancaster. And that's why I was like, I'm gonna go there. And then I swing through and see Kitty. Come home. But I want her to come to Cleveland for the summer because she was upset because we had to cancel the trip. And I was like, well, I'll just come see you then. But then I thought about it and I'm like, that don't really do nothing for Kenny because she still got to be at home. She still got to be at home. So I was like, well, there's a bunch of shit here to do in Cleveland. And I know you want to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I do believe that there's a Johnny Cash exhibit at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm going to have to look it up.
What is there to do in Cleveland?
I do not like the store Gabe's. Get that spotted shit up on my face. Gabriel Brothers, they also are ones who get surplus from other stores. So they'll get stuff from Casual Mail. They'll get stuff from the department stores. JCPenney, Sears, Dillard's, Kohl's, Lane Bryant, stuff like that. the bigger stores, but not really high end stores. And they'll like just line it all up, and you can go in there and buy whatever you want. I've only been in Gabriel Brothers once. They call it Gabe's now, but it started out as Gabriel Brothers. Um, yeah, that was the last time I've been in there. She was like, "We ain't got no Kmart no more. Child, Kmart ain't nowhere no
Kmart been
more.
gone. She tripping.
Kmart is not nowhere no more. There was one Kmart here in Cleveland. It was on Lorraine, and they ended up closing it. I think it's closed, and they put something else over there. They used to have a
Child.
Super K. They shut that Super K down, and they put a Menards right there.
It used to be hella Kmart's in
But it
Chicago.
was Kmart's every fucking where. The Midwest had
Kmart's and
Kmart.
Ultra Foods.
Yes. And I remember we used to have a store called Rini Rigos. We used to have Tops in Cleveland.
We used to have a Moo and Oink, a meat
Uh,
market.
we used to have a store called Finest here in Cleveland before they switched to Tops. And then Tops moved, and then it's only a Tops in New York. It's on the outskirts of Ohio. You can't get Tops nowhere. But then they replaced it with like fucking Giant Eagle, and Giant Eagle. Ugh. The last time I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was 2 years ago, with Martin Luther King Day on Martin Luther King Day, and it was cold, but it was free.
Child.
Except for Australia, they have tons of Kmart's. Damn,
What has lots of Kmart's?
Australia.
Must be nice.
Them motherfuckers went international and took all our shit from us, bitches.
It's like, yeah, we can't do it here no more. Bye.
We don't have AC Moore here no more, so Hobby Lobby I go sometimes Michaels. I don't know what AC Moore is. They didn't have that here, but we used to have a store called Pat Catan's, and Pat Catan's closed down, so we have to go to Hobby Lobby, Michaels, or Joanne Fabrics. But Pat Catan's was geared specifically towards artists, so you can go in there and find a hella shit for next to nothing. And bakers, like you can buy bakery boxes, cake boards for a penny on a dollar. And they closed up. And when they had their clearance sale, I didn't have no money, so I can go in there and get all their shit.
This who has it. Take this shit off.
So hurtful. I've never been in Ollie's before. We used to have tons of Ollie's, but now they all shut down.
Ollie,
I
Ollie,
hate
Ollie.
Ollie's.
Wait.
I ain't never been in Ollie's before. I ain't never been with a daddy. She paused, so I added to daddy. I just went and looked through the outrage over Walter's name change. Apparently, people are upset because Gunther Stark was the name of a Nazi general that died at 27.
Well, nobody gives a shit about none of that. God
Isn't
damn.
Walter Austrian?
Nobody cares about none of that bullshit they be talking about. Y'all have
I think
selective
people went and looked up
anger.
that Gunther was there's a lot of people named Gunther.
Because
Like
when
I
nobody
don't
fucking know that off the
understand.
back.
Nobody
know who
knew
he
that. Like you had to
is.
go find it in order to know that. Like that's
Like,
very y'all really trying it. And
don't nobody give a shit about that.
it's so annoying. Like it doesn't have to be that way.
Y'all want to be mad
It
about
really
Be
doesn't.
mad
Like,
how
I don't
about
think they went.
these minorities ain't getting TV time. Be mad about that.
You know how many people are named Gunther?
Y'all are fucking ridiculous. Is what y'all are.
Now they're gonna change it again. Just let them keep Walter. It's ridiculous.
I mean, they shouldn't have changed it to Gunther anyway, because what the fuck is a Gunther?
But I don't think they did it to make him be no goddamn Nazi war general.
They
They're
know
smarter
they
than
did.
that. They just picked the damn name.
They act like they called this man Adolf. Like, y'all just do shit. Y'all just be mad. Y'all pick shit to be mad about for no reason.
Oh,
That's not really much being mad about. Be mad about how Sonya been fucking with Naomi since October. And she said it because she gives off main character vibes. Be mad about that.
Right. Hold on, let me see what Walter's. Yeah, Walter is Austrian. I don't think he would generally associate with something that was tarnishing an entire history. Like, I don't think he would do that. So
Y'all are
I don't
fucking
think he did. I
ridiculous.
think he just picked a name. It's random. People need to fucking calm down. Jesus Christ. Always make everything into a fight. And it's so fucking stupid.
Liv said her name was gonna be Liv. I think she said Garrett.
Ew.
I gotta send you the screenshot. It's in my phone. It was Liv something or
I think
Liv.
her name should have been Liv More. I think that would
Mm-mm.
have been cute.
Hell no.
I like Liv More.
That's my last name. She good.
I'm tired of you.
How about Live Less?
Stop it. Which WWE filed a trademark for Gunther Stark, but Walter only announced his name as Gunther. Okay, so where to get the Stark from? Because of the trademark? At this point, eat a fucking dick. I'm sick of it. It's not that serious. I know that the general's name, but there's a lot of fucking Gunthers. It's not like they meant to do it.
Like they saw this, like, ooh, this name right here. I like
It's
his
a
name.
Nazi general. Let's do this controversial shit. No, because they know it's going to smear their asses to the fucking wall. Anyway. Because it's a fucking name. The white boys are upset that the change is happening.
Oh, it's the white boys, huh?
Can Ladle Face Baker stop talking in interviews? She talked too much. Who are you talking about? Britt Baker?
You
Child,
watching
she
her
want
interview?
Roethlisberger. Okay, so before I hang up, this big face bitch wants Roethlisberger to be in a storyline with her because you know she's from Pittsburgh. So she wants Roethlisberger to be in a storyline with her. They did it in WWE with DX, and she was like, "Yeah, but he needs to come to the good side." Ma'am, you need to be worried about keeping that title. That's what you need to be worried about because pretty soon you'll be coming up on a year. And we all know what happens in a year when it comes to you and championships. Y'all drop y'all championships after 6 months to a year. You are no longer going to be champion. Now, that's what you need to be focusing on. Not worrying about Roethlisberger and making out with Adam Cole in the middle of the ring every week, okay? Furthermore, my question to you will also be, why the fuck you associating with a man who's been accused of rape several times over? Several times over. And it's not one, it's not two, it's multiple women that have accused him of sexual assault and rape. More specifically, rape.
Has he been
But you want
prosecuted?
him? They kind of swept it under the rug.
That's
Said
why.
that the girls was lying. Said that they were drunk, and that Ben would never do that. But that girl has remained adamant since the day she came out that Ben Roethlisberger is a rapist. I bet y'all believe Trey Songz is a rapist.
You'll throw the nigga in jail fast.
I'm just saying. Ben Roethlisberger is a rapist. And you want him to come to AEW to do a storyline with you. Okay. You can't complain and be handsy because you already knew. You know what was up. He was a little handsy when he was here. Okay.
You don't say.
Okay. She talking about Britt Baker. Britt Baker looked like her jaw got broke, and it was she had corrective surgery. You know how sometimes it look naturally swollen, and I find that she wears her makeup very, very dark. Like she's not that dark. I
She
know that
think it
she.
takes away from her face and it don't.
And then she always wears red and black eyeshadow. I don't never see her wearing anything else. It is always red and black, and I'm just like, Britt, They make other eyeshadow colors, baby. They got a plethora of eyeshadows. Like,
This
why
bitch
is it
could wear
always
blue and
red and
gray, and
black?
it's always red and black on her eye. I'm like,
That's
girl,
all she wears.
match your makeup. She may throw a little yellow in there from time to time.
It's rare. She's
It's
always
very
wearing red.
rare, but it's always red and black.
And then
It's like
she's
a
got,
very few occasions where she throw a little yellow line in there.
and your face be caked with makeup. It's so much foundation. If you
Oh,
use
that
a Huda
reminds
Beauty,
me.
it's just so thick. And people are using this to fool the narrative that Vince is in charge of NXT because it's not like that. It hasn't been debunked tons of times. Well, here's the deal. Vince McMahon has been involved with NXT since its inception. Thing is that Triple H had carte blanche to do whatever he wanted. So while Vince was there and he pretty much would, go to him every now and then and say, "Hey Vince, what do you think about this?" And Vince would say, "Well, it's working, so do what you want." Now that they've changed how NXT is supposed to operate, Bruce Pritchard is the one who's over NXT, not Vince McMahon. While he probably is utilized for input for NXT, it is Pritchard and there's another guy that's with him that are the ones who are over NXT, and they are the ones who everybody goes to for WWE, Raw, and SmackDown. I have said this so many times, and they still make it so that Vince is the guy and he's always the one, and Vince McMahon is the devil, and blah blah blah. Um, the reality is, it was an oversight and a mistake that I'm pretty sure they're going to change. If it gets blown out of proportion, which I know that by the morning, it more than likely will pick up even more steam because the Jewish community is not going to like it if this is true. And it'll derail Walter before he can even get out of the fucking blocks. And I would just let him
Fight
go back to
on
being. I just let him go back to being Walter. To be honest with you, there was no reason to change his fucking name.
at all.
There was no reason to do it. But it wasn't. I don't believe that they did it intentionally, and I don't think they Googled names. It was like, ooh, Gunther Stark's a fucking Nazi general. Let's make him. Like, WWE's not that dumb. They're dumb, but they're not that dumb.
They
They're
ain't
not
that
that
damn
dumb.
tone deaf.
They're not that dumb. Liv said that she had to choose between Liv Morgan or Liv Gallows.
There it
Oh,
is. Liv
I'm
Gallows.
so
It was
glad she
disgusting.
chose Morgan. Who the
Yeah.
fuck told her to be Gallows?
She would not got over if her name was Liv Gallows. At all.
But to lighten the mood, I'm still mad 2K screwed me over during me and Don's last stream. When the game glitched and you couldn't kick out.
I couldn't kick out either.
Ooh.
It was lagging terribly the other night. I was
I
like,
used the
oh.
automatic kick out skill and Don canceled the pin, but it still
It
went
still
through.
went through. And you saw the clip I sent. It didn't even let me kick out at all. The bar didn't even go through.
It showed it.
I was like, what kind of shit is going on tonight? We got like the first match we did was okay. We got one decent match out of it. The other two was
The
just
rest
a
of it real
mess.
laggy.
Yes. It was lagging the whole time. Mm-mm-mm. We might record some
Why are
tomorrow.
y'all talking about Brendan Fraser like this?
Uh-oh. Who?
Kenny. Can't help it that he gained all that weight.
Who?
Oh, that breaks my heart.
What happened?
Kenny sent a picture of Brendan Fraser and he gained a lot of weight. So they said it's a picture in the group chat where it says the yummy returns.
Oh. Like the yummy gummy bear?
I don't know. He's playing a 600-pound recluse in this movie, which is why he gained all this weight. It says Brendan Fraser has shown off his body transformation as he made a rare appearance at a film festival premiere. Brendan Fraser is 52, attended the red carpet last week for the premiere of No Sudden Move. The Mummy actor looked smart in a black suit, blue shirt, and patterned navy tie. It was announced that Brendan is set to star as a 600-pound recluse in the new Darren Aronofsky directed film, The Whale.
Oh, yeah, that's him. He's in the he plays on Doom Patrol. You know I don't know names, so I gotta see your face. Yeah, he's on Doom Patrol, but he plays a robot, so he's not really on screen for real. He's on
Yeah,
screen like once or twice out the season. Other than that,
I
he's a
think
robot.
he might be losing weight too, because he's not. He definitely can't be happy in his weight.
Um, seems like an amazing actor to me.
I mean, he's still a good actor. No one is denying that.
If
But
he ain't happy with the weight, I couldn't tell.
I mean, he gained the weight for the movie,
Which movie?
for this new movie that's coming out. It's a
Um,
movie called The Whale. He's
how
gonna play a
long?
600-pound Charlie who is living alone in a Mormon area in Idaho.
How long has this movie been in production?
A year and a half.
Oh no, he was big before.
And said he's trying to reconnect with his 17-year-old daughter after they became estranged when he came out as gay. Charlie left the family to be with his love, who has since died, and the grief triggers a compulsive eating habit.
I mean, that could be it. So this must have been in the works for a minute because he was on screen. He was kind of husky already, but he tall though, so it don't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, he haven't. At this weight, he's bigger than where he was when you saw him. He was always an attractive guy. I don't care what anybody says, but he gained a lot of weight. But you gain weight naturally as you get older. You just do. It's either that or you become like everybody can't be fucking Morris Chestnut shit.
Or Dwayne. Let's see.
He's still attractive to me. I don't care how fuck him.
I mean, with his hair, yeah.
Not with his
No
hair.
hair. No hair, sir. I don't want shit to do with you. Uh-uh. I mean, he's not bad. He's still funny as hell.
Yeah.
I tell you, I ain't never said fuck so many times in my life after watching that show.
Oh god.
They throw a lot of fucks and shit and dams around in that show. It's very intense.
We gotta redo two of the matches, and then we might do the final quarter round of one. Of round one. We got a lot of quarters and rounds, honey. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
don't remind us.
He broke his back during one of those movies. It was bound to happen. Will Smith gained weight for King Richard. Yeah, his punk ass ended up losing the weight. Put that shit
He was
on
like,
YouTube and made money about it. He ain't gained away from Queen. Like, I thought I fat over quarantine. I was like, okay,
right.
nigga.
He didn't say he gained weight for the movie. He was like, he was so and so quote unquote depressed.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe you either.
I don't believe
Because
that
you was
shit.
on Red Table Talk talking about how can anybody be depressed when you got all this happiness.
Well, that's what your ass said.
So what the fuck is you talking about? You was depressed.
I didn't
Depressed.
realize that Brendan Fraser was in The Mummy and George of the Jungle until 3 years ago, but I was always a little oblivious. You more than a little bit, baby. I hate to tell you, but you more than a little bit.
Yeah,
Because
you
it be a lot.
are. You
You
are
be missing a
oblivious.
lot.
You really
Because
do.
I'm still mad that you didn't really understand what was going on in the Matrix. I'm very upset by that.
A lot of things
I'm
go over your
very,
head, yeah.
I'm very taken aback by that. I cannot believe you. And then she said it was an alien. That messed me up. I'm like, ma'am, ain't no fucking aliens in that movie. I don't know what you was watching, if it was Alien Resurrection and you might have crossed it with fucking Matrix, but this is not the same movie. Those are two different movies. Well, we doing a kickoff Mae Young Classic, a knockoff game Mae Young Classic, child. It's been one and done fucking with me. Once I win, it's over.
Child, we did 2 already.
God, y'all got time on your side. I can't
Something
do
like
it.
that. Cause sometimes the InShot app be tripping.
Denzel Washington is 67. I didn't know he was that old. Yeah, he
Doesn't
old.
matter. That man old as hell.
And
You ain't see
his
that picture
son,
that was circles around a couple years ago? When he cut his
is
mustache off.
fine. Fine. He talk like him.
Just gonna
He
skip
walk
to
like him.
the champions.
I'm
Yeah.
like, bitch. I go give me a piece. When there's a human chatterbox in your ear, you're bound to miss most things. Well, girl, you don't even want to rewatch it.
Who's in your ear talking?
Her grandmother.
Oh, girl, you gotta learn
I'll
how
be
to
telling
turn
my
people
grandma to
off.
be quiet. Grandma, I can't hear the movie if you're talking to me. I'm gonna pause it. You need me to pause it?
That's what I be
I'm gonna
doing.
go in my room.
I'm like, what?
Did he
I don't
ever
know.
get his finger fixed?
Who?
Who got their finger messed up?
Not saying Cara and Seth Rollins. Y'all really be throwing matches together.
Oh, something on my mind. I want somebody, please. Please tell me what's wrong. Boom, boom, boom.
I'm gonna put this new show in out the rest of WrestleMania. I like that. I was watching that clip on YouTube. I've been dying for like 2 days.
Have you guys not seen Denzel's fucked up finger?
No.
No.
I don't pay attention to a 67-year-old man.
And his finger. What is wrong with you?
I clearly don't give a shit.
Sir, I can barely.
But I did notice when he cut his goddamn mustache off. I said, what the
Right,
fuck is you
because he wasn't
doing?
looking at nobody's uncle. No.
I said, you look like somebody old ass dead. You need to grow that shit back out.
Google it. He got a pinky finger that looks like it's freshly broke. His pinky, Rico.
I'm not
His
Googling that
pinky
shit.
finger.
I don't want to see that. Stuff like that
How would I
makes
know
my skin
that?
crawl.
Sir.
It's Royal Rumble season.
I'm finna go to bed because Rico is tripping. I've never seen that before. I've never even known that. Apparently, he's always had it, but he hides it in movies. Why does that even have to be known? Is my question. I didn't even know he had a finger that looked like that. I don't think I wanted to know that. But now that I know. Now that I know.
Such a neat piece of information that I'm going to carry around for the rest of my life. Thanks.
Yeah.
She's going to go against...
Well,
Miney.
I'm going to go. Because I remember I was watching the red carpet and he was walking around and I remember seeing it like, what's wrong with him? Randy said, Don, how was your day?
My day was pretty cool. Nothing spectacular happened. Nothing terrible happened. It was pretty mundane.
So, Thursday, I'm going to do therapy Thursdays and we're going to cover... it's probably gonna be done in parts, but I'm gonna talk to y'all about how
overall is at 100.
Okay, we're gonna talk about leaving home and what we need to do to prepare to leave home. If you want to leave home early, establishing credit, putting bills in your name, all that good stuff. Because I feel like some of y'all, if y'all are on y'all way out, your mama talking about y'all gotta leave, y'all gonna be ass out. So y'all gonna need some information to have reference to.
Okay,
I'm gonna try to help.
I like get up out of here. This shit is not what it's cracked up to be.
I'm gonna try to help as much as possible, so you can at least have some preparation for that. And we'll just do therapy Thursdays like we always do. So tomorrow I'm taking a break from going live. I will not go live here or Instagram. I'm not going on live on Instagram for a minute because motherfuckers be having me fucked up over there. And it seems like the only time people respectful is when I'm over here. So
Okay.
instead of getting into fights with people and arguing,
Over people
I'm
that
just
ain't
keep
never
my
fought
black
for
ass over
legends.
here. I'm just gonna keep my ass over here and do what I do. So I will help y'all out. I'll cover some military stuff if you want to go in the military. I'll cover some lifestyle stuff. I will show you how to, prepare yourself, prep yourself, learn how to cook, have your little kit together. This could be it for anybody going to college or staying in a studio apartment if you're trying to save money for anything like a car or something like that. I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to do that stuff. I'm going to write everything out so I can have everything laid out for you. And then if y'all have questions, I will help you. And of course, the regular gang will be here. So Tears might pop back up. Nicole might pop back up. Don might pop back up, and he can help if he has anything to add. You got regular old gang. So hopefully
Shit, we'll see.
everything will go off without a hitch. I'll still do the Q&A stuff first. Whatever wrestling information that came out, we'll handle that stuff first, and then we'll dive into life after leaving home. All right. So I gotta go because I gotta go use the ladies' room, and I need to get some sleep because I gotta watch my nephew tomorrow. So I will see y'all Thursday. I think I'm gonna go live at 9 on Thursday just to give people time to relax. But yeah, I'll go live at 9 on Thursday and we'll do therapy Thursdays. So y'all have a good night.